people? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I got a haircut because I'm not going to go outside for a little bit. So I need to cut my hair before it becomes an unruly mess. So that's it. Today we're going to watch some China VODs. They had a finals while we were doing our finals. So didn't want to actually double up on that. But just going to watch some of those games. It's a checkmate format. So we'll see how long it goes. And then if we have extra time, maybe play some PvE games, but it's going to be generally short streams between now and vacation. I'm going on vacation starting after tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow's probably going to be the last stream that I do for some time. I'll tell you guys about it later. All right. So hope you guys are doing well. What up, Kevin Parker? Lung. Taking a look at this. The VOD starts immediately at game number 1 with 2-star champions, what's called. So it's upgraded champion basically. All right, let's turn up a little bit of their sound. Okay, Portal's upgraded champion. Checkmate, for those of you who don't know, checkmate is first to a certain number of points. Grab it first and you win the tournament. And I believe let's see, champion qualifies immediately to the regional finals semifinals. So you get to day two of the cup. Actually, regionals is like a 6-day tournament, so you get to like day 3. But effectively what it would be like would be qualifying to regionals day number 2. And then if you're second to 4th, you automatically qualify for regionals LCQ in China. I'm just looking at the format like right here. So I'm just reading it right now. So checkmate 20, first to hit 20, and then secure first place will be a champion. Maximum of 8 games. Champion qualifies to the regional semifinals, and then second to 4th qualifies to the regional LCQ. Regional LCQ is I don't know why they call it regional LCQ, but it's basically like a pre-group stage, kind of like play-in. Are they playing on the new patch? No, they're not. They're playing on the existing patch that we are all on. Also, just as a heads up, China is not playing on the official 14.9 patch. There's going to be an update to the patch before it goes live. Some things that are live on China will not go through on our patch. Find vintage. Let's start things off. The APAC Tacticians Cup is tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? How am I supposed to know this stuff? Is there a website you guys are finding this all out through or no? I did not know that. I'm gonna look it up. TFT Hub. Oh, is it? Let's see. TFTHub.com. America's Tacticians Cup final results, day 2 results, DreamHack Dallas registration. It's a lot of information, just nothing about APAC. Nothing about APAC. No, usually TFT Hub is reactive as opposed to like announcing things ahead of time. Like if there's somebody that's announcing it, they'll post it. Is this guy from this weekend? Yeah, this is basically what happened this past weekend. There's also another tournament starting today, actually. The Huya Summit, but they're having their qualifiers. There's another tournament going on right now for China. It's called the Summit Cup, and it's like an open qualifier. It's like hundreds of players are competing in it. So, but the finals of it, they're gonna have basically someone's gonna qualify for regional LCQ. It's kind of like a tactician's trial. Basically, China's having another tactician's trial today, but it's like the hundreds of players apart portion. Part of the reason why I want to watch this final is because we watched the semifinals, and these are some good players as well. We got some good players. Archangel's Ari. I think people are more catching on to the faded Syndra line. Slam Archangels, play for Syndra, and don't even worry about Aphelios. We saw some of these builds actually show up in Tactician's Cup this past weekend. We showed we basically saw some people play it, like Syndra focused faded. Shojin Nashers, interesting. Has anyone had problems with their subscription auto renew? Oh yeah, Twitch apparently has had some problems with that. I'm so sorry. They announced that they are having some problems with their sub system. It's actually really tragic. If we have time, maybe we can watch some tactics from APAC Tacticians Cup. Don't you worry. Okay, Flancy. Oh, it's not Flancy. He's counting the board. Xunge. This is a really stacked lobby. We have this is Chen. Chen's a long-time competitor. Xunge, set 7 world champion, 62nd. Ladder God, and has did well in set 10, made it to set 10 worlds. Flancy, Chu Ying, who's also very good. Zhuanzi, who is who made it to set 3 and set 4 worlds and has kind of been out of it. This is 2-star 2 cost. Next patch is going to be so good. Nice. Actually, we should play some PvE games later after these games. I don't know how long they are, but maybe we'll play a couple PvE games. Start focusing on the next patch a little bit. Better load mobile on vacation. Yeah, about that. Get your guys' PvE clans up to date if you guys are going to be around in a couple hours, in a few hours. 就你4-2一般4-1启动嘛，那一轮打到英女，然后你是天降那个精致古董，就基本也到账了，上限很高。那就爽局了，感觉就是。确实。I think you should be good with a faster ramp next patch. Talking about Syndra. I'm a Syndra. Syndra got buffed. They buffed Arcanists as well. Apparently in China for the next patch, Arcanists are good with reroll Zoe. We'll see. They got like the early look at the patch, but Riot said they're going to disable some things. Like Trash Treasure, for example, is not going to make it to live. So if you're like posting Trash Treasure screenshots, apparently that's not even going to make it to live. China decided to do PB testing with all of China's server. Releasing it early to China is risky, but they get to all be the beta testers for us. Thank you, China. Thank you, China. Oh yeah, Riven reroll is apparently a good thing too. Healing orbs. Infinity Edge red buff. Okay. By the way, I think there's a new command in chat. If someone types JG, then we add one to the counter of how many times. If you type JG, it says China has slammed JG X amount of times. So we're starting a new counter. Every single time we see China slam JG, we can start adding to it. I think there's a cooldown. I think there's a cooldown. We can't because then the bot would go crazy. Actually, I don't know what the cooldown is. Infinity Edge red buff. Going for 5 trick. He actually didn't even position his Kale next to his Sivir. Interesting. Wait. Does it work if I do it? Override. I like that. I like that. Oh, man. He went to level 6. Oh, my God. This guy is so rich. Level 620. Kane in the shop. China has slammed China 7 times. I like it. Bramble vest. Maybe not. Crown guard. Gunblade. Interesting. For this item combination, I really wonder what he wants to play. Shojin Nash's Gunblade. Probably just like go into the Xunge line that we talked about. Xunge faded. Yeah, he has Sunfire Slams as well. Sunfire is like particularly good in faded line.
艾希的那一套的，因为有厄斐琉斯两狙神，这套是可以拼进来的。是的，这个是可以拼的。来了，安妮娜会不会牛得看一下。
Okay, Infinity. This guy got IE Last Whisper red buff. I think you can probably play Ashe with red buff, but I think a lot of people still prefer Rage Blade.
一边是龙牙，一边是反甲，都在克对面的主 C， 都是全力以赴，但那边龙牙扛得更久一点。 You
can also just do like Kaisa for the most part. I think Kaisa was really impressive in the stats. If you look at the stats for this past weekend, Kaisa ended up doing the best on average. People who knew how to play Kaisa, I mean, people were playing Kaisa out of Fortune, so it felt a lot easier to connect out of Fortune into Kaisa. But if you didn't know how to, if you weren't open to playing Kaisa, you probably left some placements on the table.
60这边会考虑吗？感觉是有资格的。
Silvers。
斗色也应该拉9斗色，不拉9的冰云斗色其实一般，可能会选他，可能会。
Find vintage into Band of Thieves. Do you roll Band of Thieves? Wait a second. Did he take Band of Thieves just so that he could roll? He could roll into Find Vintage. That's interesting. Hey Goku, what up?
他这边就很难的，卖血的一个精致古董啊，后面很难玩。
Silver Veil, best friends, Silver Veil.
兵哥阳刀无尽，兵甲反甲他是确定艾希的。对。
Vow, Stoneplate, Cho'Gath. IE Rage. I mean, this looks like an Ashe setup as well. How many people are playing Ashe? Like 3 people are playing Ashe this lobby. He's playing like Heavenly Opener into Ashe. Okay. One Frog, thanks for the 7 months. Sorry about the disconnect thing. I'm not sure what's going on, but. Do you speak Mandarin? A little bit, not the most amount. I'm like HSK 3.5. If that makes that means anything to you. HSK is like a proficiency testing level. That's kind of where I'm at. So like I could speak like an elementary school kid, basically. Like low grade. I don't have advanced vocabulary at all. He did. This guy took Band of Thieves to get fine vintage value. Wow. With Kaisa still good to move to go for 20 fortune cash out during stage 3? Yeah, it is. In general, getting any cash out for Kaisa is really good. You definitely want that. Rage Blade, Shiv, and Adaptive. Interesting. Oh, wait, no, I want to see what the support item was. The support item that I think you want here. Let's see. Is he playing the Heavenly version or the Story Weaver version? I mean, either way, I know a lot of people like to take like one cleaver, so maybe that's like the safe option. That way you can get all the shred. Titans BT Gnar. Spatula. Okay. Another spatula? Is that wait, did you get 2 spatulas?
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Woo. Hey Smears, thank you for 2 months. Welcome back. Woo! Thank you for 2 months. I am, as you guys know, I am going on vacation as of tomorrow night. Basically, tomorrow's gonna be my last stream for like a while. So I appreciate you guys' support. If you guys go and sub somewhere else, I won't be mad. I'll earn it back. It depends a lot on like when my wife is going, what's gonna happen at the hospital. If my wife has to go into surgery, it's gonna delay the comeback because I just need to make sure she's okay. But if everything goes well, we want a natural birth. Hopefully, it doesn't have to require any surgery. Everything. We have a timetable of coming back within like 3 weeks. Take some time off. For the baby, yeah, for the baby. It's kind of scary, man. Doing all the prep. Doing all the prep for it just kind of reminds me that I have the easy job. My wife has all the hard stuff.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
All the best with baby.
Thank you, Mr. Boring Cheese. Yep. Wish us luck and health. I think everything is okay. We did have a little bit of health complications. That's why we're inducing it earlier. It's also inducing is not like a pleasant thing. It's like forcibly awakening the birthing process, right? You want to start forcing your body to have contractions and stuff like that. That just sounds painful. That just sounds painful. There's like a balloon and everything like that. Yeah. Porcelain Cho'Gath 2. Rageblade, Shiv, Adaptive. I got engaged to my significant other last week, and I'm super scared of pregnancy and how complicated it can potentially get. Yeah, I mean, pregnancy can get complicated, but be informed. You know, study up. You know, kind of like read the stats before you queue up, right? Same thing. Study up, be informed on it. Also, parenthood's like really expensive these days. Dude, these baby companies are straight up grifters, man. Like, I understand like why they charge a lot, because people pay for them. Because if all the baby people decide to collectively just charge a lot of money for it, and then they're like, well, don't you want like the highest quality for your kid? Like, what are you supposed to say? No, like, nah, my baby's not worth it. They just try to straight up con you out of money, man. Everyone's like, oh man, but the quality is so important for your baby. They're just robbing you blind. Big diaper, you know, big diaper in America. Who's gonna regulate that? No one talks about it. Heavenly Spat. Oh wait, he has Rageblade. Wasn't he trying to play Ash? If you have Rageblade in Heavenly, who do you put it on? If you have Rageblade in Heavenly, who do you put it on? Hey, ZZ Rot. What up, Alan? How you doing, buddy? It's a lot less complicated than if you're not engaged. Oh yeah, but like, finding the love of your life is actually a high roll. Do you know what's even worse than like, not even, sorry, worse is the wrong word. You know what's even like more complicated? Apparently the dating game these days is like an actual travesty. Like, like dating apps are even more unplayable than the worst patches of TFT. You think it's bad when it's like an all reroll meta or like it's a fast 9 meta? Try like the dating app meta. It's like awful, truly unplayable. The devs just make it pay to win. Like on these dating apps, oh man, it's so bad. Oh my god. Next patch might be a quick break until a B patch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure next patch is gonna be super imbalanced. I don't think anybody expects it to be good. Disopen and I just, oh my god, Lissandro on 8. Disopen and I just recorded our first TFT podcast earlier today. And both of us were like, yeah, pretty sure the next patch is gonna suck. Like, no one thinks the next patch is gonna be good, but it might be fun. It might be fun. We're gonna play some games on the patch later. If you guys have a PB account, after this tournament's over, we're gonna queue up some PB games. So
你看像初音未来
we
这边就有
forget playing this patch. Who wants to roll for Lissandra and Forecast anymore? Let's go ahead and just pick artifact handles.
是的，
Yes, it's very true. I met my significant other on Bumble just before it got bricked. There was a glitch to reveal your hidden matches too that I abused. Oh, what? Wait, hidden matches?
还打个装备，
What is that?
打了一波，打了个米还打了，有点惨啊。
I gave up on dating.
准备要继续变了
That's okay. It's kind of like you're taking a break on this patch. Maybe next patch, you know. Maybe next patch they'll fix
东西变出来，他可能就输不了了。
they'll fix matchmaking. Yeah, when are they gonna fix matchmaking, man? That RNG is like so bad. Holy shit. The dating apps matchmaking RNG is unbelievably bad. Oh my god.
兵女啊，他没有爱惜，他把上方卖了，直接不要了。他不敢贪了，他这个点血还多，他得先上会去画。
Okay, we hit a Philios too, but Philios 2 falls off really fast. He can probably carry for like another few rounds until the end of stage 4.
他是没有装备的。对。
Heavenly Emblem, 2 reinforcements.
那这儿要不直接画色体得了。
2 reinforcements. Interesting. Dynamic duo. I took that today and went fast 7th.
对，两星射题的高连滑，那还可以。
My dating, yeah, your dating RMR is the worst. You're just hard stuck.
高连滑绝对不亏。对，抬头一看，同样那边的话。
Dude, I don't even want to see. I don't even want to know. But like, you can't help but be curious about your MMR, like your Tinder MMR. There is. You guys might not think it's true, but every time you get swiped on left or right, it actually affects your MMR. But sometimes you grief yourself by swiping left like too much or something like that, or swiping right on everybody.
而且这个猴直接刷他脸上的。是的。哎呦，不拿吗？想去贪边境两星吗？
Will 2K's reroll be viable next patch? Allegedly, there are Riven reroll builds that are surfacing. I want to test it today. I want to test it today.
两星色体，哇，都不用画，直接就有了。直接有了。
Today I wanna test some of the new patch. Tomorrow I want to queue up on OCE and play the new patch. And that's gonna be the content that we have between now and vacation. Annie Pair? Not rolling Nar 3, so the Kindred Nar player online. Red Blue Kale, Combat Caster. Red Buff, Last Whisper IE, Fast 9. Looking to play Kaisa Zaya. Trick shots. I'm glad I met my Snake other 3 mutual friends. I mean, meeting people is hard too these days. Because, like, even if you want to meet... Wait, set 2 on 8. Even if you want to meet somebody... Wait, Silverveil's, like, going to block this Lissandra as well. Nice. You kind of don't want to be, like, that creepy friend either, right? There's a lot of people who are afraid of making other people uncomfortable, so... Even if you meet somebody else, you kind of have to make sure you're not like that. Oh yeah, like I'm hanging out with you because you have like an attractive friend that I want to hit up. You don't want to be like that. I'm surprised you can carry Sivir that far. Sivir 2, if you have a good structure around her, can actually still deal pretty good amount of damage in stage 4. It's just that you don't expect to win many rounds. You get 4 trick shot though. Let's say you have like just the straight up 4 trick shots. Kaisa 1, Sivir 2, Bard, Teemo 2. You can actually sometimes fast 9 still. In the past, you used to be able to fast 9 very easily because Teemo 2 was really overtuned. These days, it's less good. Fine Vintage, 20 HP. Red buff Irelia. Obsidian. He did end up taking the cleaver and a gem. I think he should be stable. 4 wins. Looks like he's stabilized. He's about to 5 win. Hard stabilizing. Dude, the Giga Chad move was him taking the Band of Thieves to try to turn that into a support item, which makes sense. If Band of Thieves said get a random support item, that would also be a really good augment. Although I guess it's a support item in 4 turns. You know, the way I think about it, it's help is on the way, but only 4 turns instead of 8. I'm that creepy friend, JK, I don't go outside. Don't be like that. Don't be like that to yourself. Be nicer to yourself.
装备是拉满了的，还没有玩你俩。
它是最传统的正统灵魂莲华。
Be nice to yourself. I mean, I'm not really in a position to talk because I high rolled, but I high rollers don't really get the privilege of speaking too much on this topic. But I will say one thing: you'll never high roll if you don't queue it up.
上不了很多高质量的牌。
If all you do is stay inside and never queue up, you'll never actually hit.
是的，
Think about it that way.
我这把能看得出来。
Like you're like sure you'll never low roll, but you'll never high roll either.
就中庸一点嘛，就上限不高，说白了。那这么一看，外面的强化的话，卷
Rolling for Syndra
是古董就反而发力了。
对，
就属于上限最高的了。尸体差一个，要3的。
Okay, Syndra 2, Ash 2.
应该上不了吧
How do we fit in Ash 2?
上不去啊。
We can't.
是的。
He sold it.
上不了
He's rolling for Thresh 3.
气的都要馋哭了。
还真是，他这边嘎嘎地啊，他都不要。
对。
Is there an order of heavenly units to sack for better
对
units?
吧？
Yes, but it depends on what kind of comp you're playing. Like if you're playing heavenly AD, like melee carry, it's different from heavenly AP, like Silas, which is, and it's also different from heavenly, like altruist with
就是应该起2星很快了。
like the Zyra Janet combo or something like that.
会在这里中期扛住的话，
There's it heavenly depends on like what you're trying to accomplish the
这边
goal.
灵魂莲华
That's what makes it kind of a cool trait. It's like a very flexible tree of who you play. You're not supposed to always play this unit. Like when you're playing Dryad stuff, you always want like Or Nazir. If you play Faded, you kind of always want Set and Thresh. Nice, Thresh 3. But in Heavenly, outside of Wukong, almost every unit, depending on the situation, you can justify putting in and
它
taking
就
out.
那一张质变的，完全。
有利桑卓的弘扬。
还有 total 3个 total 可以。
The problem is I am challenger tier. All these ladies such a challenge to get lol.
等于训 total，他这波就很拐，一个3件，一个分裂的，很拐了就不行。
对。
不过他2个转是爆的。这边看看2星。
I high rolled with something great and low rolled getting cancer and having to move to the other side of the country.
感觉不怎么掉血。
If you're serious about that, I'm really sorry to hear about that. But I am glad that you're keeping a positive spirit about things.
就完全打不动。
打不了，打不了，打不了。
打不了一点。
I don't know much about cancer personally. My brother-in-law passed away from cancer. My sister's, he's my sister's husband. He
是吧？老爸已经找
he passed away shortly after his son was born. It's actually really tragic. Basically,
迷弟出三星，基本就是老
when my sister gave birth to their son, an only child, her husband shortly afterwards contracted cancer and then passed away during COVID. And it was really, really rough. But the one thing that they did say was that mentality is like such a big part of the cancer process, which is like if
他这个偷偷感觉
you're just like not that positive mental can like change everything, but it definitely is an influencing factor for sure. Whoa, tattoo of force on the backline units. Oh, because it's same side as Ash, so if Ash targets onto the Kaisa. Oh, what the heck? The Kaisa just slides up and stuns the Ash. I've never seen this actually.
对对对，
他俩是，他俩是反正是。
I'm doing good now, but it was such dark times. Well, I'm glad you made it
后来
through.
偷的更好一
I'm
点。
glad you made it through.
是的
人间牌嘛，因为他这个阵容也不缺瑞文的一点输出。
哇，他这个点其实这个质量的斗色打别人有点打艾希是很舒服的。
Is the tournament on the new patch? No, this tournament happened like basically as we were doing day 3 of the
就
cup.
是没有回血，除非他做黑枪。
Like it happened between day 2 and day 3 of the cup.
哇，卷纸还是个他能用上的五费。
这还是个落。
Heavenly Emblem.
对，就是还记不记得我前面说这是这个8个里面。
Muscle mass also helps cancer survive. I have no idea, man. I have not looked into. I mean, cancer is also like this big term.
一点到后面啊，这个第一
It almost just means like disease at this point because of all the variations we have. When you say like cancer, like it just there's different types.
我们这个赛制，他得突出一个细水长流。他这波拿完以后回去2星落了，正式上9。
Reinforcement, Annie 2, or Orn 1, Nautilus 2, Ash 2.
3个匣，第一个技能下去不杀人的。
2 porcelain emblems, 6 porcelain. Wow. 0 combat augments. All econ and resources.
哦，这个
Have you recorded your podcast with this up yet? Yes, I have. We did it earlier today. In fact, I can go ahead and prove it to you.
前面
I can prove it to
太
you.
好了
You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this?
有点
Here we go.
是的
Hard
包括
drive
这个虫子
Audacity
这个虫子还厉害的，他其实被削了这东西。但现在回到了
TFT Study Hall Episode 1.
会每个阶段都会
That's right.
下面还在变
691
还有
megabytes.
一个日元放着在变，慢慢来。
Huh? Huh?
的，还能再谈。
That's what it's called. It's called Study Hall.
哇，这边迅哥被送走了，2星射题，连分都没吃到，估计都没怎么赢。后面就射题。
头羊那边应该是没打过60的卡。
Can we see the memes folder? No. That when it's in the memes folder, it's more like an ideas folder. It's like
命运感觉是究极上限。
you know when you step into the wardrobe, you step into your closet and you look at all of your outfits, like your shirts and your pants, your accessories, you know, the hats and necklaces, everything like that. That's like the memes folder is. It's like a digital playground for me. It's like look at all the memes, and then like think about like, man, I'm feeling like this vibe.
这个点把正
How do I get this meme out there? You know, I need to mix and match, create my own meme outfits.
我这不打镜像。
So the folder doesn't make sense. It's just like a collection of like random things that you're just like, that's not a meme.
他能够反击。
That's the whole point. It's my arts and crafts table.
新的拉是可以反打。
You guys might have scissors and glue and construction paper,
一个技能就回满血。
maybe some crayons.
后来被血了。
For me, I have GIFs,
反射到后排反而是给新德拉充电。
JPEGs,
射
PNGs.
题跟那个锤
This is my art.
对，
所以反打比较厉害一点。
我打镜像。
Can save the trip to Michael's. I don't need that.
是的，这个点多一波容错就是多一个拿分的可能性。你现在
In China, they see Fine Vintage. Dude, Zhuangzi looks like he's gonna win out. He's 20 HP. He's on a 10 streak. I'm pretty sure Zhuangzi wins this game. Fine Vintage, I think, is the stats on it are fake. I'm pretty sure that it's a lot better of an augment than
都
people
到了，而且他装备贼
indicate.
多。
By the way, the podcast with Dish Soap is a little. It's definitely like more for
三进牌。
the target audience are the platinum to GM players who are serious about TFT. If you're a challenger player, you don't really learn that much from this podcast. But if you're like a player that like anywhere between plat to like GM, you're like you'd probably want to listen to this podcast.
防守一下，卡莎。
2星猴子在防。2星看考虑要不要合啊？
哎，他在
For example, one section in the podcast we talk about is we go over a fundamental skill.
刀没有2了。
One thing I want to do every single episode is like talk about like a skill and like talk about how to approach it. It's like theories, like it's like the theory of TFT.
都可以的。
It's all purely about the game.
需要变了已经。
So the first topic we talked about was augment selection. So I asked like this, like how do you go about choosing augments? Like what's your approach to it? And then he asked me, he's like, what's your approach to picking augments? And then we talk about like that. So it's like a lot of like nerdy, like meaty, actual stuff about TFT and less about like memes and funny like you know
他不是
TFT-isms, stuff like that.
他是究极大成绩。
So if you enjoy that part
饱满了是那样。
of TFT or you want to actually learn and dive into it, and of course we do other stuff like meta-analysis, predict the next patch. We do some fun little like pop quiz stuff.
原子应该是3家里面最强的。
By the way, this Soap guy is literally unquizzable. Like I literally prepared like some obscure, like man, there's no way he knows this,
走到这种程度的比赛，
and he just like actually knows it. How does he know everything? It's actually annoying.
这个时候都没有离合
We're like recording it, and he like actually just knows everything. It's unreal.
这边3星4飞，那基本上就是耗质量硬顶了。
是的。
This podcast live? No, it's a pre-recorded audio podcast. We filmed it earlier today. Or recorded earlier today.
他是不打硬顶的，基本就是
It'll probably be out like tomorrow or
对
Wednesday.
他没有去碰同样，没有只要不被同样住，他就是前2。
对。
Challenger podcast would be way too neat. Yeah, exactly. Like Challenger podcast is basically just like watching streams for the most part.
还是被嘎掉吸过
Like if you just watch streams, that's for like the channel.
就没办法了。
双还在
I fully expect people like other Challenger streamers to be like, yeah, there's nothing to like. There's no point of like looking at this podcast. I'm like, okay, sure,
究极大成绩。
not for you.
是的，双核都拉满的。
哎，
前排
大提升，2星电魔。
而且他偷的很好。
Okay, we have Kaisa versus
他在美国
Fine
很有
Vintage
讲究
versus Ash.
下波他还要打童阳，那
Reinforcement.
本身斗社比较克寒冰。
Isn't Challenger Podcast just a VOD review? Yeah, actually true.
不知道质量怎么样的，
Actually pretty true.
看有没有空间吧。因为
We'll be on Spotify. Yeah, it's actually mainly through Spotify. It's not gonna be like distributed on YouTube or anything like that.
你看他这波碰到了这个阿牛，能不能给他拼走啊？看呢，随时开大了。
Because that allows us to record it and turn it around pretty quickly.
两边
Like
对抗
fast. Hopefully. I mean, it's theoretically fast, but the problem is,
打
还很健康。
the first episode might take a few days to get up because we have to get everything up with the page and everything. Also, as you guys might have seen on the website from TOC Academy, the things have been changing lately. Oh my god, this fight's so close.
期末还在输出。
Whoa! Oh my god. Porcelain Annie just never dies.
六零现在容错还是挺高的。
是的，
他这个容错就是
So
等
crazy.
卷子把童阳给送走了。
同样下波会打卷子镜像，不知道能不能赢啊？其实60是能打的，他主要是共边的被艾希先连死了他的这个卡莎。
Two Umbral emblems. Wait for next patch, right? Two Umbral emblems?
他有的时候还就
Probably
想往
not.
走一个。
It's only audio. Yeah, because doing video requires so much more production elements.
他的艾希并没有打右边的，他
You guys don't understand. Audio podcasts take like 1/5 the amount of effort to do. And so if we want to do them frequently,
这边同样打卷子，
especially with like the workload and everything else like that,
最后想抽一个两
it just takes a lot of time. Eventually, our thought is it's easier to start this way. And if people like the
太
podcast,
爆了。
then we can probably think about doing video, but you can't really go back. Like if you do a video start and then you're like, like we want to do it more often, but to scale it down, we do audio only. I think that's like a door that you can't close.
金丝古董前进了一回合没掉血，还是很舒服。
Okay, so far, this guy's on a 13 streak. Fine Vintage, Morgana 2, Lissandra 2, Irelia 2 with Heavenly, 7 Heavenly. It's just raps.
我没看到，反正
You can't answer this. Guy's just
有
dead.
点压，摧枯拉朽啊。
那边六零长舒一口气啊，至少是个第二名了。
Okay, 60 seconds gonna get second. 62nd place.
买装备。
You know what I mean.
是的
What podcast? This is the podcast that I'm starting with this so. This Lissandra augment offers you an item component or an artifact anvil, but it costs you like 20 something gold.
就没见过
This next patch, this encounter is gonna be crazy. You get offered an artifact item for like 20 something gold, and it could be like the most insanely broken one, or it could be completely useless.
你10连霸还在贪，手里面100多块钱，你就没用。
22 gold is a lot. It is a lot of gold. You're not wrong about that.
你就可以买一个 TT 上线嘛。
Where's the podcast gonna get posted? It's gonna get posted on our website, tftacademy.com.
只能就
I'll tweet about it. I'll tweet about it.
是的，
当你没钱的时候，他不赚你的钱，他赚不到。
确实。这边
It'll probably be one of those things too where we're gonna iterate on it. Don't worry. It's not. We know that it's just the
Man, I'm
first
getting
one.
more
It's not
dog
gonna be
again.
perfect.
是的，就看了一下，感觉到甚至是声音卡。
Dude, he just crushes. There's no way you can beat this, right? He just printed 2 full items. He printed TG.
可以去保存。
发给我。
You probably just make at this point you're only gonna play 2 more fights, so Fine Vintage is useless. So you might as well just make items. You probably make like Dragon's Claw and actually maybe Quicksilver. Quicksilver plus like Stoneplay or something like that.
一个启动的，
That's
并且抽的不错的艾希什么的，他可能就会有压力。
就打那两家四费增援嘛。
Bird, thank you for 3 months, man.
四费增援那个时间点应该是抽出。
Treasure's getting removed. It should be, yeah.
4杠3那两波很强的，但是卷子刚好没碰。
Is 7 Heavenly List more OP than 7 Heavenly King? In a Fine Vintage setup, yeah. Yeah, by like a lot. By like a lot. Because the problem is you just have too much value. Think about it this way. These support items are all giving an extension of like dude, 60 seconds just AFK. He's not even picking up. He's literally just AFK. He's not even picking up his orbs. But Irelia has Heavenly, 7 Heavenly, plus Red Buff, plus Guard Breaker, plus 3 Aegis, plus all the stuff. It's just way too much. It's critical.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
I'll wager 10 subs that there's at least a B patch if not a hotfix next patch.
Disco, thank you for the 3 months. Thank you, buddy. I'll wager 10 subs if there's at least a B patch. Dude, who's going to take those odds? I'm pretty... How about this? Who doesn't think there's going to be a B patch next patch? I'm pretty sure everyone thinks there's going to be a B patch. I'm pretty sure everyone thinks. Like, who doesn't think? Like, you know what? Riot's going to balance it in one shot. One shot wonder. 20 new artifacts, 5 new support items, a litany of buffs and nerfs, system changes, right? The shop odds, and the amount of gold it takes to get to 9, player damage. You're telling me all of that's going to be perfect in one go? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. In fact, I will gift 10 subs to Mortdog if there's no B patch. I mean, I don't want to financially incentivize no action or inaction. Yeah, right. Yeah, who actually thinks next patch they're gonna nail it in one shot? Absolutely zero chance, you guys. Zero chance. The worst bookkeeper in Vegas history wouldn't even offer you odds on that. When's the next patch? In a day and a half. If you're in OCE, or like the Philippines, like that, it's gonna be in about like 16 hours or something like that. Okay, so it's checkmate, 20 points, 8 points for first. Zhuangzi 62nd Coral. Currently the farthest ahead. What if it's a stubborn no B patch? I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they're gonna do that. Let's go into game 2. These are players, by the way. These are players who got eliminated from the tournament. Mortdog tweets, sorry about the mistake, guys. We at Riot won't do this again times 20. I want them to do it again. This is like a new set. Like, come on, let's be real. This is almost like a mid set. It's almost like a mid set. It's almost like a mid set. The amount of new items almost feels like a brand new set in TFT. I mean, not a brand new set, but like I think calling it 11 set 11.25 is correct. I think that's correct. It's crazy how they didn't nerf Lissandra's CC duration. They don't want to change her identity. They'd rather just take her down. I think they should just nerf her to like revert her HP buff. Looks like they had a little bit of a pause. We'll go ahead. Go ahead and start this. Fast forward. Wait a second. I have never experienced this portal yet. Everyone gets spoils of war. Oh my god, this is crazy. I've never seen this one. I have never played it personally. This is like everyone plays Draven again. The Draven patch. Everyone gets spoils of war. I hate this one. I love this one. Well, there you go. That's TFT in a nutshell. Dude, on a 4-cost patch? Can you imagine playing this one on a 4-cost patch? New stats being unbalanced is partially on purpose. They just don't talk about it. It's the same thing as fighting games that they have to unbalance the meta or Nintendo would just find optimal paths rapidly. Yeah. Look what happened when set 10 was balanced too quickly. Set 10 was balanced. The most imbalanced thing was like Heartsteel was a little bit too good, but the stats on it were saying that they were not that good. Everyone knew the Heartsteel stats were fake, but the stats also technically said you don't have to touch Heartsteel. People were saying it's boring. I want more balanced thrashing. I want more extreme of it. Now we get balanced thrashing. Everyone's like, it's so bad. Set 10 was better. Set 10 was so good. How many people are out here being like, man, what went so wrong? Set 10 was so good. How did it get like this? It's like during set 10, everyone was like, dude, this is so boring. I want balanced threat. It's crazy, man. It's so crazy. It's too crazy, man. You TFT players are wild. You guys are wild. TFT players don't know what they actually want. I know. It's like dating in college all over again. trying to find a significant other when they don't even know what they want. Dude, they can't even pick their major. What do you mean they want to make a life decision? Okay, prismatic start. Prismatic start. Wait, this is actually insane. In a Draven portal with prismatic, it's just gonna spike. Trash to treasure. So if you get like really good, if you get really good start here with Darius portal opener, that means that you can snowball it and push your levels. Radiant Xunge. I like the thrashing. Playing the same comps over and over gets boring. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what people are saying. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Kevin Parker, TFT. I kind of missed set 8, although when I was playing set 8, I was bitching about the hero augments the entire time. We love a self-aware king. I kind of missed a set that I was complaining about the whole time. Do you know how Riot now determines if this game state is in a good place? When everything is complained about. TFT players at this point have gotten so vocal about what they don't like. Literally, the way Mortdog tells about if the game's in a good state is if everything is complained about. It's like if everything is complained about, they're like, okay, that means it's in a good spot. Oh man. Starter kit. Wait a second. Ornn? Okay, never mind. It's not that good. Is early Ornn good starter kit? I can't tell actually. Like you kind of want to push tempo with this one. Because like Ornn's giving you free items, but it feels like you don't deal damage. Okay, never mind. It's horrible. It's horrible. Now this account, yeah, I agreed. This account looks kind of troll. If everything is OP, this is not even everything is OP. It's just one specific thing is OP. 4 costs, actually 2 specific things. 4 and 5 costs are OP. Hi, I'm a Filipino TFT streamer, and you're one of the streamers I look up to trying to reach affiliate here. Congratulations, man. Oh, wait, no, you haven't hit affiliate. You can do it, man. Pinoy power. I just got accepted to the Boise's tournament this week. What tips can you give me to win? Rex Breadman. All right, here's some tips.
Oh, wait, what's Frodan doing?
Dinimon, thank you for the raid, buddy. Here's some tips. First of all, make sure that you don't overplay and over prepare. What I mean by that is a lot of times people think, oh, I'm playing a tournament, I gotta grind as many games as I can. I have to study super hard and like watch as many VODs as I possibly can. Memorize all the stats. You have to. The process of getting ready for tournament starts before the sign up. If you're not prepared for the tournament now and you're gonna super grind, there's a pretty good chance that you overload on knowledge now, and you're not gonna be in peak condition. Condition matters for tournament a lot. Like being well fed, well slept, or well rested. And just making sure that you prepare ahead of time, like outside the game. I think a lot of people mess that up. They grind so hard, they prep for tournament for so much, and like they're just not in good condition. That doesn't mean take it easy. That doesn't mean like, okay, well, Frodan said to be well rested. It's time to catch up on all my favorite animes. First of all, this anime season's not that good. There's nothing really that good going on. I'm a casual anime watcher, but at the same time, like I also follow along the seasons. There's not that many good things going on right now, so don't even catch up on it. And then second of all, just keep doing what you're doing, but make sure that you like don't go over the top. As far as prep, doesn't Disto prep differently for everyone else? You know what? I should ask him about it. He changes his preparation. Like he does things differently, but he also changes some stuff. Like it's not the same every single set, every single tournament. Like basically he preps with different people, different tournaments. Like for example, one thing you guys might not know is that Dissoap VOD reviewed with Malala. That was different than he did for previous tournaments.
因为前面只要前几波赢了，基本上这会儿已经打了个4、5块钱出来了。
是的。
Do we win this fight? We're on a 3 streak. Oh, he leveled to 6. He leveled to 6 and lost. Oh, he lost a level 5 player. That's not good. Oh god. Level to 6 and to lose. Oh man. I mean, it's spoils of war, so you want to keep it like look how rich he is. He's level 620. But imagine he was winning. What do you mean? Go Loser Ranger is true bis. This season is so fun. It's basically the boys, but with Power Rangers. If you were trying to sell me on that, mission is not accomplished. Why does TFT have a pro scene when luck has a big role in the game? Like the level is for sure close in high skill tournaments, so luck is a decisive factor. Okay, so man, where to start? Where to start? Man, actually, I don't even know how to decode this. You know what? Someone in chat take this one. Someone in chat take this one. You know what? No, never mind. I'm gonna take this one. Why does poker have tournaments when luck is a big factor? Why why do they even bother with college basketball and March Madness? Because it's best of one when luck is a huge factor as well. Okay. If all we're sorting for, if the whole point is we're sorting for because based off of like if luck is such a big factor, it means that you shouldn't have competitive structures or competitive systems around it. Then you're missing the whole point of what tournaments are for. Tournaments are for in TFT, they want to have things like tournaments because it's fun to compete in them and it's accessible and they want to allow more people to compete. Like the variance is a good thing. It's a good thing. There's a group of players who feel like luck should not be part of competition at all. And I will tell you right now that those are some of the most boring things. Okay. Look at Formula 1 right now. Does anybody follow Formula 1 here? Does anybody who follows Formula 1 knows immensely how important luck is at the moment? They are dying for any bad unlucky event to happen. Because it's literally just the Max Verstappen first place waiting room. It's so boring to most people because they know who's going to win before it starts. They wish they had portals. Imagine an encounter. Like just randomly an encounter happens in an F1 race to just spice things up. Dude, they would love it. They wish more dog was in charge of F1. They're praying for a safety. Yeah, exactly. So that's one extreme. That's one extreme. On the other extreme is full-on bollocks RNG, which is not where TFT is. TFT is not actually there. But like, what's an example of like complete nonsense RNG? Like the lottery, literally the lottery. Right? You're just the lottery is technically a game you sign up for, and it just doesn't matter. You just pick random numbers, and if you hit, you win. Somewhere between this spectrum is where TFT is. And I would argue that it's much closer to to F1 than it is the pure lottery, because if it is the pure lottery, then people like Dissoap and Setsuko and even Malala and all of them would not be consistent. Luck is a good thing. It makes things excited. People want the unpredictability of the tournament. Also, the second thing about it is that I think that TFT tournaments are more for the players than for the viewer. Like some people like want TFT to be like the spectator sport of some kind. Like they want it to be like the pinnacle of human performance and achievement. It's not. I hate to break it to you, but if you're looking for like, man, can you believe this guy had like a crazy like physical demonstration of technique and ability? Like, no one's looking for that in TFT.
Man, I'm getting more dogged
game full of
again.
decisions and strategy and hilarious high and low roll moments. There's a lot of really fun things to watch about TFT. People are watching TFT tournaments to have fun, to follow their favorite players, because there is skill, but there's also a lot of bullshit nonsense happening. It's all of those things and more. Why is League of Legends like a dying, interesting competitive game, right? Because a lot of times it's people don't feel like there's enough like people want more variance in League of Legends competitive. It's growing in some markets, but it's dying in others because people just do not feel like it's like too competitive. Like, so where's the line? Where's the line? Is League dying in North America? It is, and it very much it is. Competitively, 100%. And that is something that you can measure in almost every metric. Sorry, I'm talking about the North America. I'm not talking about League of Legends is dying globally. It's not. I'm talking about the North American competitive interest in it, because people don't want to just see the same thing, like the same. Like, for a lot of players are losing interest because they don't have domestic talent growing. And if you want to, I'm not talking about like, I'm not here to dump on League of Legends and esports, right? I'm a big fan of League. I still follow it. I still watch the World Championship, and I want to succeed. In fact, as any TFT fan is invested in the success of League of Legends as well. If you are a fan of TFT, you want League of Legends to perform well, because ultimately that keeps TFT healthy as well. It's like it's a nice, consistent feedback cycle, right? Like Riot never wants you to leave the casino. They never want you to leave the casino, and so if you are like, okay, well, League sucks, Summoner's Rift, I hate my teammates, this game, whatever, blah blah blah, like, how could they just like leave this champion like so imbalanced, like, you know what they do? They just like they have you queue up ARAM, and when you're tired of ARAM, you queue up TFT. When you're tired of TFT, you queue up Summoner's Rift. It's like they never want you to leave the casino, right? So I'm invested in the interest of League. I'm not trying to say that League's like a dying game. I'm talking about why is interest in competitive League dying in places like North America, is because it's the same thing all the time. NA underperforms globally. Like, it's not that interesting for them to root with people coming in and taking slots, right? Like, there's all stuff. We finally do get talent. It's more interesting to follow LCS than it ever has been in quite some time. But for a long period of time, that was kind of new. Anyways, we're kind of getting sidetracked from the main question. The point is, if you think that luck means that there shouldn't be competitive TFT tournaments, you're like, ha, you want to hear an interesting joke? Competitive TFT. Because guess what? There's luck involved. You're a moron. That's a summary of my thesis. That's not what you're saying. I'm saying there's some people who actually legitimately do that. There's people who love to shit on other people's activities. They're like, it's a joke compared to Counter. Like, the most ridiculous, the most asinine comparisons are when people compare TFT to like Counter-Strike and like other games like that. It's like it is completely ridiculous. We are not trying to be anything like that whatsoever. And they're like, yeah, but you know what? You're never gonna be as cool as or consistent as like Counter. Like, it doesn't. What? I was talking about this with Saint Vicious on the co-stream. I think one of the unfortunate realities is that TFT is a Riot game, and therefore when anything competitive happens, it has to be compared to as an esport. And it's like, why does TFT have to be an esport? Can't it just be a competitive activity or a game? No different than when people play like chess and other things like that. Like, I feel like people will praise chess but mock TFT. They're like, oh yeah, but chess tournament should happen because it doesn't have RNG in it or something like that. And like, well, okay, what about every other competitive activity?
红羊升级了，
掉了个宝箱，
哦，赢了，一个大宝箱，宝箱可能会给那个 Nico 吧，应该会给。
对，小 Nico 或者装备。
哦，给了一个。
Anyways, commit TFT is fun to watch. Agreed.
哇，初音这个血量。
Yeah, I talked about poker already. This has sort of become a really long tangent. We're not even talking about the game anymore. There's a Spoils of War Draven game or happening in front of me right now, and I'm not even talking about it because I got derailed. I got one guide by someone having a bad faith argument.
他这把他还在摇啊，他还在摇摆。
对，他不摇不动了，感觉艾希好像真的。
Those kinds of things get me gets me off track.
对啊，你看他装备是
Valorant agents in TFT, that's what I call the emergency button. You guys, okay, if there's one thing to know, if you guys want one true sign that TFT is dying, is when they do that.
肯定就直接定了。
That is the break in case of emergency button. They're like, what if we bring Valorant to TFT and they just literally port like Valorant agents into it? It's because they need to revive interest in the game. That's like a in case of emergency button, the fire hydrant or the fire extinguisher. Okay, this roll down with starter kits, we are trying to look for Kaisa 2. But we're holding on to Ash items because we want to play Ash Ornn. Just hit Emerald. Nice, congratulations. I feel like people just forget that sports are mainly the entertainment industry and not only the best player wins industry. Oh yeah, I don't think TFT tournaments are selecting for the best player either. Like, I don't think... there's some people who say, like, sample size in tournaments are, like, a joke, but that's not the point. The point is, can you play to the best of your ability and just see how far you can go within a certain amount of time, or a certain amount of games.
我感觉这时候你只能相信混沌召唤了。OK，
And you want to have some variability in the results. Like, you want to, if TFT tournaments had too big of a sample size, then you would see the same 5 players dominate the whole time. And while that'd be exciting for people who are competitive purists, that would actually like phase out. I think that would lead more towards stagnation in the competitive scene than growth.
那他要去参与四费了，感觉四费可以全拿。这样的话，兄弟，
Because the strength of TFT is that everybody thinks they can do it, right? I'm just gonna pick out a person in the chat who's he's one of my faves. Asha Uni. Why does Asha Uni sign up for for tournament? This guy just runs it down to 0 LP at any given moment, but he signs up for tournaments anyways because this guy can beat Setsuko, maybe. You never know. It's 12 games. You never know. And that's awesome. That's a good thing. Because then he'll never truly quit and leave. he's not only is he addicted to the LP, but he knows that even if the odds are stacked against him, he can. You queue up in a 1v1 in ARAM against Faker, you might as well just uninstall the game. But you never know. You too might be able to hit Lissandra. That'll keep the game alive forever if Riot continues to cultivate it. Tournament size is a very complicated thing. Too small has too much RNG, but too big. And each game has no stakes and is boring to watch. Exactly. That's a good summary of it. Also, let's be real. They like... Oh, this guy took Call to Chaos. He took Call to Chaos and he got 4 emblems. He got Storyweaver emblem, Altruist emblem, Mythic, and Dryad. Oh, that is not good. Starter kit into Call to Chaos into 4 emblems. Pretty sure we're dead. Is the 4 emblems on the worst Call to Chaos? I'm pretty sure it is.
他抬头一看，上面第7名39滴血，还要3波。
Call to 8th by far. It's like the lost leader, like Costco hot dog. Wait, we're talking trash about Costco. Oh, you're talking about like, yeah, how it's like they keep the prices low, but it's like a lost leader. Dude, the $1.60 pizza slices, my god. When I lived in California, I lived right across the street from a Burbank. I lived right next to the Burbank Costco. And it was so good for my wallet. I just went to Costco and I got so many cheap meals. Oh man. The 3-cost one's also not great. Yeah, the 3-star 3-cost is like pretty bad. Tiny but deadly. 7 faded. What's Frodan watching this from? My computer. Streaming from my computer right now. Do you see the Kabuko dev post? I did not. I did not. Costco condos are being made. Wait, you're saying like Costco, the company, is now building condominiums? You have to, can you only get one? Or is it like you buy the whole complex type of thing? But you get a good price on it. Oh, condos on top of Costco's. Oh, what? Okay. Okay, but isn't that a little cultish? I feel like we're like one set of scripture away from turning into our own religion. Like you're now having like your own living facilities associated with that. 8 Kaisas, 8 Kaisas, Kaisa 3. He duplicates for the extra gold. Call the Chaos must have wait, how many people took Call the Chaos this game? I'd be so down to live above a Costco. I mean, I'd be down to go to Costco right now. Friend, do you think you're gonna miss streaming at all for 3 weeks, so you'll be definitely distracted? Haha. Yeah, I probably will. I'll probably go insane. You guys don't understand. Like, you guys think streaming is for you guys, but sometimes it's streaming for me. Sometimes I just need to like yap an outlet. The dirty secret of a lot of streamers is that they enjoy getting one guide sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Every streamer likes secretly get one guide because it just gives them an excuse to kind of get impassioned and like just start yapping. How many rerolls do we get here? Is this like the 40 rerolls one? Oh my god. Is it called the Chaos that gives you 40 rerolls? Anyone care to explain one guy? Oh, it's when one person like specifically says something to like trigger. Like if everyone's like, GG, that was well played, and someone says, oh, it was always Bloodthirster there, no? You get a second and was like, nice try, nice try. And then one guy is like, man, you should have slammed it. You should have slammed it. And then as a result, it kind of derails the whole thing because like the streamer feels obligated to respond and like go on long tangents and explanations. I just got one guide. One person just add like, how can TFT tournaments like how can TFT tournaments be a thing when luck is such a big part of the game? And I missed 2 whole stages of a VOD. I missed 2 whole stages of a VOD. Anyways, Rage Blade, Tattoo of Vitality. You know, that combo doesn't even sound that bad because Udyr wakes up and ults and then just like does a bunch of bonus magic damage because of the Tattoo of Vitality. It doesn't even sound bad. Dude, he used all of his rerolls and didn't find Kaisa.
那没事了。
Now that being said, I don't know if they're not showing other POVs. Maybe there's
绝对够打了。
a Kaisa out of the pool. But that is sad.
找装备 OK， 递完了，终于递完了。
等待了。
I remember when Mortdog got 40 rerolls and called it unlimited and then ran out a few rounds later. Yeah. Queso moment. Yeah, exactly.
60再连胜，看看怎么一个质量。
Streamers with no one guys are just giant echo chambers of streamer ego and are incredibly boring and stale.
他还没有到一个大成呢，他还
Are you trying to one guy me?
海影跟刀妹在上面混。
Actually, I kind of agree. I actually like dissenting opinion.
的话优势很大了已经。
I like dissenting opinion.
就有
Within reason. Wait, that is not an invitation. That is not an
就
invitation.
没道理会一直
Also, what are our Syndra items? Shiv, Zonia's, and JG.
哎，这波好像
Can I get a JG in chat?
有金身的，
他打金像还可以。
主要他而
The other player died, had 2 Kaisas. Okay.
哦，勇敢去飞是变飞尾宝转回了艾希，前排质量很高，一个魔运兵女，还是个静止的双兵女。8级快发言了。哇，阿成9
Is the baby here yet?
输了4波还不启动吗？拉
直接
9
干拉。
Not
生
yet.
日礼物发了2星刀妹
Not
还
yet.
可以，但没有装备。
3 Exalted. Wow, this board is insane. 3 Exalted, Irelia, 2, 0-2.
这
哦，他生日礼物确实得拉9。
Did you see he had Syndra Ari linked? Oh, I did not see that. That is interesting. Maximum DPS.
他这个
That's just wrong, I think. I don't think you're supposed to go for maximum DPS. Late game survivability to the burst is so important.
双转
I can't think of any scenario where you want to go 7 faded Ari Syndra. Maybe if you have maybe if you get the cash out where you get sets and you get like 3 Warmogs on each dummy or something like that. And you get Radiant BT, like maybe that, because your front line is so incredibly good that maybe you just play infinite backline.
一开始准
心
备了。
生杂念，
哦，还真是。
对吧？就拿完那个铲子以后，觉得自己能做天象转。
What side are you using to watch? I'm using Douyu. Douyu.
但他这边打赢了一个。
Oh man, this guy's dead. That board was kind of cool. Exalted, 5 cost.
有点惨。
只能说干拉还真得只能是迅哥，别人干拉都没那个效果，别人干拉完了都走
The
了。
best dissenting opinion was the pronunciation of Mosher.
再补个重伤，
You ever print Tom and move Hodge to Irelia? I mean, I think the Irelia 2 with no items
主要
is
我看了一圈，反正
significantly weaker.
暂时没有搜索到卡莎 A。
是的，而卷子这个点。
Items are such an important thing on those 5 costs. That's why Thieves Gloves is just good. It just gets value on the champions. If you end up
不错。
we're still rolling for Kaisa. If you end up in a situation where you have naked Irelia, naked Azir, and then
就他现在目前这个
like a 2-star 4 cost, something like that.
够打了，已经是一个前3的。
Those 5 costs might contribute a little bit, but not gonna do anything special.
但这把迅哥上限真的很高，因为他
Trash to treasure.
经济，就导致
This guy has 4 Zonias.
4个金山，这么 gay 吗？
Zonia, 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 Zonia.
哇，那这感觉反打巨厉害，他打多少就有优势了，根本就是减不了员。
Oh my god, and the Udyr runs
来了，直接把刀妹给处理掉了。
the Udyr runs through and assassinates the Irelia, dude.
导致无敌有
Wow. You can't position like that. You can't position like that. Oh my god. That's too funny. Okay, if you this is a PSA. If you know you're going against Udyr, you have to be careful because he just runs up and just assassinates your unit here.
无敌尔冲进来，抱到后排了。
Oh
把刀妹
my
给
god.
处理掉了，
因为他的那个金身一下子触发了，导致
导致无敌尔直接走进来。
This guy is kawaii.
对没有人扛伤害，直接就被斗士。
Ushunga.
哇，收回了一句话，他打不了斗士。
Guy won the world championship back in set 7.
都搞，你得给我也配一个。
对啊。
Since then, people said that he's been washed. I feel like
原子是金庆的，知道吧？他一下给人金身全打出来了。
I feel like
大刀妹上来了。
I feel like calling world champs washed is kind of disrespectful,
终于
man.
走了，卡莎转移到了 Flancy 这里。
Because how likely is it that they're gonna win the world championship again?
已经想
It's very unlikely.
防守了。
他这个如果走了，
Here's a question: does anybody want to make a long-term bet with me
又有机会了。
if we'll ever have a repeat TFT champion?
看能不能把自己的声卡打出来。
Like, do you think we'll ever have someone win 2 TFT champs? Yes. Like we have like 10 years. Like we can set the stakes.
正面交锋，乌迪尔都在彼此的脸上，谁先撞？
都在右边。两个人
I don't think we ever will. I don't think we ever will. It's very, very, very unlikely.
被打出。
Now the caveat is we're gonna have 3 championships a year because of 3 sets.
没拉回来，最后一次血。
So you have triple the chances of frequency compared to,
而且他现在力道
say, a League of Legends World Championship.
有没有可能弗兰
These guys are comparing to
拿下
Faker.
已经开始防守了呀？看着有点像啊。
对两滴血开始防守。
Wasn't Pavel the only one who did in Hearthstone? No, Pavel didn't do it. He came close, but he didn't do it.
不太正统啊。
We never had a repeat world champion in
七
Hearthstone.
天将啊，
七天将，对我感觉是七天将本身的强度，加上他2星的5费卡。
是的，他那个乌迪尔跟惠。
I could see title. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see it because you guys don't understand. Whoever does it twice, I don't think at most it'll be done twice. If someone ever does it 3 times, they are the undisputed GOAT. I don't even care who they are. If someone does it 3 times, undisputed GOAT. If even more than one person does it once,
等不了了，上波输了就彻底。
that is already a ridiculous. Oh wait, 2 rolls, 3 Gallios.
不过塞拉斯之前卖过一个了。
哦，他卖过了。
对的。
For a Spoils of War lobby, this does not feel like the crazy amount of 3-star 4 costs.
加条纯片，哎，没骗，
Oh, 7 Gallios.
卡住了。
当卡到这边卡了的，侠、青龙或者分裂。
Fuck it, I'll do it 3 times. Good luck. You got this.
19血。
这边 Flancy 查了个站位，兵女没在脸上。
Your position is that there won't be. Where I don't know. I'm not a book. I'm not like a guy who's good with the books.
有点爆。
But it's like
艾希的环
it has to be something like in 10 years, if nobody wins a repeat TFT championship, I get $1,000 and like because the odds are so likely on my favor.
这就是七天将的实力。
是的。
And then like you get like 10,000 or something like that. But 10 to 1 odds is like I don't even know, like
什么泰坦啊，
something like that.
控到很舒服。
迅哥再位入一波，8张莫甘娜吗？8张莫甘娜。
Jissa winning worlds in 2033 and another in like 2045.
凯因闪不了的吧？
Listen, man, I'm a big time Disto fan. I glaze on occasion.
对，
I allow my inner Bryce to come out at times, but dude, he's not winning 2 championships in 12 years.
出自己的吧，大哥。
8滴血了，兄弟。
还有必要防别的吗？换回了一个，敲回了破戒跟收集者。
那都给莫甘娜呗。
I mean, he'll get 36 chances to make worlds. Now, making it to a world's final lobby multiple times, that to me
哎呦，莫甘娜
is impressive. That to me, like Voltairix made it to world's finals lobby multiple times. Some would argue
很伤啊。金身都出
that he has some of the most impressive results of a European player alongside Double 61.
他这个刀妹巨爆啊！
Flancy 走了，Flancy 走了，卷子7滴血。
是的，卷子出手一搏了这一波。
I usually build Sunfire, but don't see it here. Why is that? Sunfire is the item that falls off a lot in value late game. A lot. Because Sunfire applies to every certain amount, like every few seconds. We're gone to 3.
莫甘娜3星。装备换一下
But if you like, let's say you have a Morello on a Morgana and she cash, she applies to so many more units. It's just an efficiency thing. Sunfire is better early, really bad late.
收集，他收集。
It's not a defensive item either, so it's purely for the burn and anti-heal.
哇，卷子又把
Sunfire Cape is like kind of a weak offensive item.
3星卡莎没出，对面的3星
But early game,
你知道吗？卷子他
when there's only a few units, you burn more of the team enemy.
他就够打了。
Also, it's really good on Faded because there's a bugged interaction.
迅哥最后一秒，他合了换装备。
对，
不然卷子前面应该是会降 Timo 降轮子妈去抽的。
EUS solo gillies. I would love if Sologasong won a world championship.
金身
But
拔蛋了，有一说
actually, you know what?
杀了6比。
EU is likely to do it. You know what? I changed. I might be changing my stance. You guys are right. There's actually a really good chance that there's going to be a repeat champion because one of these days,
刚好差一
based on the trajectory that we're on, Riot just keeps giving EU more slots. They just keep doubling their slots every few years for whatever reason. So by 2035, it's going to be like 75% representation of EU in Worlds. And then by 2050, they're just going to be 100% EU representation. Their odds are very likely we're going to have a repeat champion. Double gold collector. I don't think you can stack it. I think it's unique. So I think they have to put, yeah, you have to put it on Lissandra. Solo has a bet with his chat that he wants to try his best to set. Okay, what's the bet? What's the bet? Do you have to make it to like Worlds or something like that? Make it to win the World Championship? That'd be insane. What's the bet? Boom. Punch. He picked a really hard set. I think set 11 is really hard. Because it's hard to play it well, and it's so easy for encounters to screw you over. It's like, encounters are simultaneously like so fun, but so extreme that it just feels like even if you're a really good player and you try to roll with the punches, you can just get screwed. But at the same time, the good players will always find a way to make encounters like kind of a thing that they can play around. You picked a really hard set to do it in. Lilia 3. Lilia 3. Sad. She sold his Lilia. No. Morgana 3. Imagine if Morgana 3 just loses here. Wait a second. Morgana 3 just trolled her second cast. She's trolling her third cast. Okay. Wait a second. Ash is gonna rain her arrows. Oh, that was so close. That was so close. Dude, Morg 3. Her targeting is so troll. She just kept targeting the back line for like 1 or 2 units. No anime, more research, longer stream. His goal at the moment is top 10 at Europe Championship. You know what's wild is that Solo already is one of the top EU players already. He's power ranked as such, and yet he wants to even get higher. That's admirable. No anime. God help us. Syndra 3. Whoa. He didn't keep the Zonias on the Syndra 3? Are you insane? Are you insane? Don't you want the Zonias on the Lissandro? Kane 3. This guy hit Kane 3. Okay, now this is looking like a Spoils of War lobby. This is looking like a Spoils of War lobby. I think he could actually. I think the Syndra might actually have been able to do something if we had the Zonias. Wait a second. Omnivamp? Wait a second. Lissandra! Oh my god! Wait, what happened? What happened? That was crazy. Did Morgana have like a GA? What was that? What did I just watch? Lissandra just threw this Syndra back into the middle of the field. I thought he won. And then right here, Lissandra wakes up, ults. And then she's like down to like 1 HP, and then she just like didn't get interacted with. Oh my god, that was so close. Okay, was that or was that not a Zonia's diff? I'm pretty sure that guy wins with Zonia's. Like he died with Zonia's on the bench. Like Zonia's was like he actually popped it off. Oh, sorry. It could have been. Sorry, I should have said it could have been a Xunge's death. Sorry, I misspoke. It could have been a Xunge's death. It was so close the other way. Like if he didn't have, I feel like if he lost, it would have been. It was like so close that it could have gone. He saw the TG roll at JG, but he actually had a JG. He actually had a JG. Okay. So this is the spot. He has a Syndra 3 and he has the ability to go for JG on it, but he pops this one off. JG Archangels versus JG Shiv and Xunge's. Oh, sorry, guys. I misspoke. I meant to say that if he lost, it would have been. Okay, whatever. It was a crazy game. It was a crazy game. He probably got so excited that he just messed up. Let's go to game 3. I think he assumed that Chi would get popped. I can see that. I can see that. Ho. Is it Crab Rave or Scuttle Puddle? Please be Crab Rave. It's Crab Rave. Let's go. Oh man, dude, China is totally having having a moment here. We had Darius portals, like crazy encounters into Crab Rave. There was a post today on the TFT subreddit talking about this. Anybody like what was it? Let me read it. Reddit.com/teamfight. I saw a post today. Do people actually enjoy Crab Rave and Scuttle and Sundom Golem games that much, or is it a habit? I mean, they are okay, but people vote them so often. Do you love them, or do you just stand where everyone else is standing at the start? Maybe out of habit, like grabbing the spatula, even if you don't really have a plan for it. This guy is mad. This guy is so mad. Maybe out of habit, like grabbing the spatula, even if you don't really have a plan for it, man. I feel like I just want to reply, stay mad. Another billionaire lobby. Yeah, exactly. We watch these games so that way we can feel better about our own financial status. Every crab race, Scuttle Puddle, there's been a 3-star 4-cross, something BS happening. True. There's so much there. I will say, with encounters and crabs, and the fact that prismatic orbs are a thing in the game, there is heavy TFT inflation. There's heavy TFT inflation. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. The great recession, the great TFT recession is coming again. You guys remember what happened in set 10? They took away our gold. They took away our streaks. Remember when they made streaks now 3 to 6 instead of 2 to whatever? They finally gave it back. They gave us 2 streaks, and look what happened. 2 streaks, prismatic orbs, portals, encounters. The Fed is just printing money. Gold doesn't mean anything anymore. Gold is all in your mind. It's all fake. Gold is fake. Okay, it's not true. It's actually very real. But like this point, they just keep printing money. They just keep introducing more ways for you to make moolah. But I believe one day TFT will go into recession again. Set 12, they're gonna just make it make us all poor again. Start from the bottom. And that's the great thing about TFT. because power creep is isolated to just the set. Like if set 12 they just make everything feel like really like they take away all of our money and make it all relative to again, it's gonna some people are gonna feel like they need the dopamine rush, but for the most part it's self-contained.
血血会多一点。
This is Ari buff, 150 HP, 18 AP or 15 AD, built different.
现在这版本里面前面来的话，基本上都
He already gets a, oh actually this is really interesting for the build different player, because you could argue that he wants to take AD because he already has a bunch of attack speed and HP and he can focus on the AD aspects. The only problem with that is that he has AP items.
这样是无法双修，然后
HP is the more generic thing to take here,
你只有斗
but
争
you could
比较
justify in like BD and just playing like the AD line.
两种伤害都有。
是的，哦，60这
Build
边选择
different
阳光
Spirit
护
Guardians
配
or
的
just
没有
Wardens.
红独家玩，是因为他会飞拿的是一个代谢增速
You just
器
build
嘛
redemption. That is
它是
true.
有畸形
You have
吗
more HP to heal.
感觉这种就是有急才
Level 5.
可能至少手里面有一个3费的畸形在。
Rest in peace to the guy that leveled to 6 and lost his streak immediately.
就算连败养经济启动，大家都是有钱的。这河蟹局是拼上限的，平庸绝对是走不到太后面。
New artifacts will stay around the backside as well. Yeah, but I'm saying they can change that. They can change
主
that.
打一个陪伴啊。
And also, how do bag sizes and artifacts have anything to do with the amount of gold?
是连败的，
That doesn't. That's not necessarily what I think I'm talking about. You're talking about the systems in place. I'm talking about the gold, the resources, the inflation.
那合理的。
没有可互补。
是的。
Which one did he take? I can't tell. It was
他这样
kind
的
of
话，那
impossible to
么
see.
卷子如果是2连败的话，他后面可能会空。
Fortune with metabolic boost.
这边 Flancy 虽然是2星塞纳，但他的其实前排稍微有点单薄哦。
是的，而且他把庄子没有放最后一个，他想让庄子乘一下伤害，确保。
Or they force you to pay player health for
庄子又
units.
没了。
对，连胜比陪伴更重要，我觉得。
Oh, like Teemo from set 5? I thought that was a really interesting mechanic.
高呀。
Back in set 5, there was a legendary that you would buy with health.
有发了阿木木这个东西是，而且是阳刀的。
It was Teemo. It was Devil Teemo.
守护神这个版本。
It was actually really clever because it cost 6 HP instead of 5 gold. And so in order to get Teemo 2-star, you would have to get 666. Like, you have to pay 18 HP. Pretty clever. And also, Teemo had the exact same finisher as Lissandra, where if it's 1v1, he wins the fight always.
比较均衡一点，后甲不定。
That was a fun Teemo. I just got my first Mr. 100. Congratulations, man.
他是之前比较强势的人，现在可能不一定的。
然后吉星收完一般没有别的。
Are they removing Trash to Treasure? They should be, yeah.
玩天降难度会比较。
You think with all new artifacts, there's going to be too much variance in the
你
anvils?
在8级都能抽得到，不存在说。
Probably.
是的。
How many options are there now? Like 38 to 40.
有奇效啊，你阵容成的，你给他
But
塞拉斯或者乌迪尔，他会
too much variance is like
杀一个人往前冲一下，晕一下，杀一个冲一下，晕一下。
is not the phrasing I would use. I would just say that it's not a consistent experience. You can't really take Portable Forge in a spot where you have limited amount of things that you can hit. You can only take artifacts in a spot where you really are open to like playing a bunch of different ways around that. Assuming that the artifacts are
这边打迅哥
assuming that it stays as it is, like the way things stay the way they are.
这边过前排很累，
I would say that the new amount of artifacts increases the amount of knowledge that you need. There's actually kind of a huge wall of knowledge to play TFT at a high level, and now with more artifacts,
吃了左耳的。
oh, this guy lost his streak. He's really rich though. Spirit Guardians 30 gold. Oh wait, it's Scuttle Puddle. Like the amount of knowledge you have to know to like min-max and optimize everything is so high for the artifacts. You have to know which champion to take, what item, and how to maximize it.
不得了了，就左耳上限确实高。
That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing.
你是一个卡外面骑一个人，因为他们要的牌你都要，你全二了他们就很难抽。
Because it's opt-in complexity.
是的。
Like you choose to pick Portable Forge. You choose to try to like sweat and min-max everything. I think it's one of it's like one of many ways that Riot uses things to keep players on their toes. There's gonna be some players who like specialize in playing around these artifacts a lot better than other people. They're gonna spend time to learn it, look at the data, limit test, watch every Leduc video. It's more homework. I mean, it's a way for you to get edge because some people are gonna give up. One of these days, people are gonna stop doing homework and then you get edge over those players. I'm more worried about being overwhelmed. I think being overwhelmed, if you're an engaged player, I think a lot of people miss feeling overwhelmed. Why does everyone say that they love the new set? Because they love getting lost. You know when you guys like I used to love driving back in the day until I lived in California, and then I hated driving because driving in California sucks. But back when I first learned how to drive, I loved just driving in one direction and not like I didn't have maps like GPS stuff growing up, and so I would just drive and sometimes just get lost and then find my way sort of back. And it took sometimes like a while. Sometimes people enjoy just like the exploratory, getting lost nature of things. I think a little bit of that is missing in TFT these days. These days, if you don't know exactly where you're going on 2-1, exactly what items you want, not only are you going to lose LP, people might make fun of you. You might be like, Frodan might watch you, and then there's people in chat being like, this dude is lost. You get mocked for not knowing exactly where you're going in TFT these days. Sometimes it's fun to get lost. Let yourself be overwhelmed. Experience the novelty of teamfight tactics. I see so much contradiction. People just follow guys and say set is boring, same comps every game. That's the really funny thing about TFT players. They do it to themselves. They do it to themselves. They do it to themselves. If Dish Soap and Setsuko didn't teach so many players how to play the game, they would be so much worse and would not even know what to complain about. Like they wouldn't even know what exactly like they wouldn't know what to do. They'd be lost. They'd be complaining about the wrong things. I see 2 radiant refractors. The more I see this augment, the more I think that it's actually a high skill augment. Or okay, some people call it knowledge check, but isn't most things in TFT knowledge check? Isn't that redundant? TFT is a knowledge based game, so if you say it's not a skill check, it's a knowledge check, it's like, okay, and what is a skill check? I mean, it's kind of both. It's kind of both. It could be a yes and. It's not mutually exclusive. It could be both a knowledge and a skill check. Look at that. Nuance. Nuance. Setsuko ain't teaching anyone anything, man. I mean, that's not true. I think Setsuko is a cautionary tales about the woes of addiction. This man is addicted to LP and Taylor Swift. I swear, like for like two weeks, I had like a 60% chance of tuning into Setsuko's stream and Wildest Dreams was playing by Taylor Swift. Usually skill means reaction time. Yeah, like gamers are so twitchy, especially League players. They're so twitchy. I don't know how it's gotten worse, but Soju's even more fidgety than usual these days. Like Soju loves to fidget with all of his units, like switch his Garens, or like move his units, or like click around, or like fiddle with his items. It feels like it's like twice as fast, twice as much these days. He's so fidgety, man. Oh gosh. And I thought I had ADHD. Impenetrable bulwark. I'm never really that happy to take impenetrable bulwark
虽然可能这个
in a lot of situations, but when it's good, it's really good.
但是独家绝对是这个版本的首选。
Just helps you get
然后
defensive
你像这样
to get these items
你
up.
也玩不到独家。
But it's generally like it's okay. I think those are like the baseline of how I evaluate
没
prismatics.
有人去玩什么七仙女，或者说奔着95去玩的。
Roll the dice. Roll the dice. Spirit Guardians really interesting.
都还是选四费卡阵容吧。
Stream music is inverse proportional to player skill. What does that mean?
一星了，你能够吃个老五老六；两星了，你能吃分；三星了，你能吃鸡，就是它比较平稳。
Just wait until Setsuko's singing career kicks off.
就大选有个霞，追影响霞，再绕。
I mean, I think we'll be waiting for a long time. Isn't that why he's playing the Jeopardy music?
说错了，是卡莎。
这不卡莎加里奥都有。
对，
Kiana Galio going third pick.
都没人拿了，干你啊，现在都。
Are you streaming the Boise's Phoenix Pinnacle? No, it's this weekend, and our baby's expected to come in 2 days. Tomorrow's my last stream. Tomorrow's my last stream for a few weeks, guys.
显爱惜的，显爱惜没什么用。
The earliest I can come back will probably be the Tactician's Trials. Cash out 20. Push his luck 4.
是。
He's a 54 HP. You can do
可以
it.
了，正好是一个后手启动，也可以让他们先去抽艾希、抽天降之类的，他就能够。
Congrats, thank you.
花很少的钱提一个。
So just convinced people thinks he sucks since he didn't make it to day 3 and he's barely able to stay above 1000 LP when he wants to be 1500 LP.
感觉有埋伏，怕
他这
赢了。
波人看到会打谁，在察觉了。
No. It's
这边迅哥，已经用。
I've seen this episode. Didn't we see this season of K3 Soju play out already? He's trying to convince you that he's convinced that you think he sucks. Because then he sets up the hero's journey again. I have to prove to everybody he's the underdog. This dude already won TFT. He's the most popular influencer. He's making a career out of going 8th. Like, isn't that already winning? Like, that he already won the game. Like, there's nothing else to do in TFT. He's already conquered the mountain. But he has to set up the struggle as if he has something to achieve again, right? He's setting out for the hero's journey. We've seen this season. It's a rerun. What is he gonna do? Oh no, I'm stuck at 1k LP. Help! Help!
No, please.
He says this. We've seen this episode, and then he just. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I won't stream for 48 hours. Oh, guess what? I have plus 450 LP. I guess I qualify. Who knows what happens this time? I guess you'll have to tune in to find out.
你先去垫，我来那个猛猛抽。
It's okay. We all fall for it because we love it. It's kind of like there's like many music artists who kind of get mad that they go viral for like a one-hit wonder on the radio because that's like the only song people want them to play at concerts. I don't know. I can't think of that many good examples off the top of my head. I'm sure you guys can draw it, but there's like there's been many instances where like the artist's like, hey, I want to play other music. They're like, no, play the song that was like the top 1 Billboard hit. What a coincidence that Zuko also did his stream. Mulched Harnesses 3. This guy's gonna hit Nar 3 at 4-1 with like 50 gold. That's usually the spots when Nar can pop off. Juice World Lucid Dreams. Juice World is the one that passed away, right?
外面全是8级。
都在抢，这边是斗色，那跟初音撞了呀。初音还在吃吉星，他要启动嘛，可能没启动初音。
I got a great one for you. Hey there, Delilah, which was written for a woman who still protected him after it was a big hit. Yeah.
没有一张斗色的牌来了，塞拉森
Yeah.
没有霞，没有卡莎，
Hate to be her or him.
有点惨。
Right up there with being an ex-boyfriend of Taylor
很
Swift.
尴尬，因为尬聊还听牌了，本来他俩是冲突的，多了也没什么。
Double Infinity Force BT. It's actually not that bad. Double Infinity Force is really good on these melee carries. I think personally, I would still want like a pure defensive item. Because I feel like if you get locked onto by Lissandra, you're still kind of in trouble, but it's fine for Lee Sin. Like, Lee Sin's like, he's just the all-around dirty work man. Lee Sin wins these. He wins these. Lee Sin wins these. No anti-heal. Shield again. Oh, dude. This Lee Sin unit sometimes just randomly goes Super Saiyan out of nowhere. Just 1v9s. Find Vintage at 4-2. Has anyone even taken Find Vintage at 4-2 before? I can't even imagine. I guess you could use it for like 2 items, like 1 or 2 items.
没有这么没吧？应该都留了保底，都没敢全刷。
卷子这边也是125来了张洛，一个痛快的迅哥。
迅哥，
Oh, do you guys
没必要吧？感觉。
do you guys want to know something? I found out Lilia has 1 hex.
你走了，我去，所有人走你。
I found out Lilia has 1 hex on the board where she has a losing win rate. Lilia in general has a winning win rate when she's positioned to back row, but 1 hex in particular, she has a losing win rate, sub 50%. She wins over 50% of her fights in the other hexes.
我去，所有人走你的。
安妮感觉很重要，然后他就想留莉莉，他想留莉莉娅。
If you can believe it, I asked Dish Soap this question. He knew the answer to it
已经不给他当装备的，他卡上面驯车一点用都没有。
on the podcast.
而且你走安妮，你还得为专门做个重伤，你不走安妮，你还能接受没？
D5. That's a good guess. It's D1, the bottom left corner.
这边60层吉星。
这波再打完应该。
Here you go. I'll show it to you. I'll prove it to you. If you guys don't believe me, look. So on the Meta TFT app, this is actually a really interesting thing they built. You click on Lilia and you see her win rates. Win rate 55, win rate 55, win rate 53.7, 52, 52, 50, 49.8. She has a slightly losing record on the A1 hex or the D1 hex. And she's positioned here 18% of the time. Isn't that wild? I was like, what? That's crazy. I'm never positioning her there ever again. It's a losing match. Now, sometimes that doesn't mean you always do that, right? 49 isn't 0. Sometimes you're supposed to. But it's like, what? Huh? That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? She has a losing matchup in the bottom left hex. That's wild. It's probably because of like just small things of like the angles of which, because the board is asymmetrical, right?
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Love and thing for 7 months. It might be variance. I mean, it's a large enough sample size because it's over. You're right. Technically, it could swing the opposite way over time, but 2 duplicators. It is unusual. It is unusual. Either way, that's to say that like you shouldn't. That's a bad hex for her to position. To have a 5% win rate swing is really bad. Really bad. In general. The other would be losing rain rate if it wasn't bugged for Kane, I bet. That's an interesting hypothesis. I actually could see that being true. It's Ash's highest win rate hex, so it might be because you're playing Lily instead of Ash in that hex, since Lily is usually played with Ash. That's another good guess. You guys are kind of smart. I can see both of those things being factored in. You guys know the Wall Street bets meme, the stock market memes. It's priced in. That's part of the thing about these stats. It's all factored in for sure. It's all priced in. It's because D6 has a direct line to the back line if there's an enemy. Yeah, that part we know. So if you position Lilia here in the in A6, she should be able to hit the top right corner and this, but not necessarily if she's in this corner here. She might not hit units that are there. But it's a little bit complex and abstract if you have to envision it and you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's roll. Let's see. Galio 2. Annie 2. Dude, Cheating's having a bad day so far. He went 8th the previous game. Fortune cash down to another 6 HP. 2 duplicators. Nowhere near Kaisa 3. Use 1 dupe on an Udyr. Oh, the Nar 3 Kindred 3 player. Are we dead? Oh, I think Edge of Night as well to stop the burst. Oh no! And Nar's working on the backline units. Oh god! Wait, Udyr still alive? Udyr still alive? Udyr. I went 8-8. Back-to-back 8th.
这把扒的有点伤，说实话，我感觉是提薪奖励收的确实有点一般。他这2个尼克等于没有提升，再加上没抽到匣，
就那一刻，他其实这个安利都不应该升的，因为他只缺安利他的赤斗施射加。
He was missing bar for the trick shot. Yeah, he also just didn't have enough items. Part of the problem with Fortune cash out sometimes is that you actually hit the board, but you have no items for your carries, and we talked about it. Itemized carries pretty bad. 7 Morganas. Okay. We get to see another Morg 3 win. I've seen Lee Sin 1v1 this before. Oh, never mind. Edge of Night. Edge of Night, and he decided to just wander off. Because Lee Sin can kind of like stun the Gnar and then shield and keep himself up. I've seen Lee Sin wins these before. That's an Edge of Night diff to win the 1v1. Oh, it's close. Does China actually play 20 games? No. It's checkmate 20, meaning they need to get to 20 points and then win. It's a maximum of 8 games. It's a maximum of 8 games. Maximum. Crab Rave. Pickler Plus. This augment's actually really good because it gives you 4 costs. Oh my god. Oh my god. So many resources. Andy has salvage bin. 83 gold. Okay, Andy 2. Kaisa 2. Oh, he's not playing Kaisa, he's playing Ash. Hui. Lysandra. You need to be holding Hui's. Does Hui make this board a lot of times? Usually you play Hui if you're like not playing Lilia. You can play like Kog'Maw, Lilia, Nautilus instead. Oh, he's playing Cho'Gath Exalted. I see. This must be the Cho'Gath and Mumu Exalted. Archangel Shiv. No mana items for Lysandra, kind of struggling to cast a lot. I think Xunge has 6 Syndras. Do we have any info on the updated Fortune cash outs? I don't think so. 7 Syndras. 7 Syndras.
天降有卷子，卷子那边是天降，但他没有凯隐。
哦，卷子可能是走到李欣那边那套了。
对。
Guardbreaker, Gnasher's Tooth. Oh, it's built different. It's built different.
这两家直接互相不卡。
但是迅哥这个战力是。
Dude, it's always so funny to me, man. Xunge plays always with his mouth open.
他就只有3星自备能锁。
对，他就只有等狗运，然后一波3星的。
And his filter is like making his lips bright red as if as if he has lipstick on. It looks like he's ready to kiss somebody. Oh, that Edge of Night from the Ornn item. Oh, it's so close. Wow. So close. I'm the opposite. I don't open my mouth when I'm playing games. I like grind my teeth. It's not good. I guess so into it. If I'm like
我主要安妮甚至都没
locked into a game, I'm like closing my mouth and like
他这个点，你看他场面上
like
是
grinding
缺
my
一个
teeth
解负的
together.
缺一个
My
二
dentist
连
hates
打好
it.
刀妹了，没有重伤。这边反正是60打了个4连胜啊，
Pro ain't mewing.
拉满的，他的战力挺高的，但感觉血手很可能会更爆一点。
就是狗分。对60来讲，这把就是把分混住。
是的。
All right, 2-star Ash, 2-star. This is a Ghost. Nar 3. You guys think Nar's still gonna be good after the next patch? They nerfed 6 Dryad.
我是有积分的。
他是15分的话，需要一个前4。
Kindred. Oh.
哦呦，那走进去。
Oh, the Nar died before throwing the rock.
这波容错掉的很伤哦。
是的，这波打的还是镜像都输掉了呀。
UnXDD. What is UnXDD? Does that mean that it's like not funny? What does UnXDD mean?
4费卡，2张4费卡，有一张是安妮。
Does it mean that it's like not XDD? Or is that actually just another XDD variation? Someone tell me.
拿离子给千珏提点输出。
UnXDD Tisk. What is going on here? What is going on here, you guys?
莫格纳8张能抽出来吗？
No Morgana 3.
索拉卡对的。
走回了4天龙的女青。这个莫甘娜，3星的这装备有点爆，但莫甘娜其实不算3星4费能。
We have Morg 2, Recon 2, everything looking pretty good here.
上把3星莫格纳就是老2。
对，而且还在。
How many points does Johnson have? He won the first game. Thoughts? Isn't Syndra the only champ that doesn't benefit from build different? It gives attack speed. How cares Syndra is being paired with an Arcanist and bearing from build different? Yeah, Syndra is generally considered not that good at build different because, well, the attack speed is nice because she gets to cast a little bit more often. But if you build mana items on her, it's like not nearly as important. So yeah, you're not really looking to play Syndra for build different. But sometimes you don't get to like pick because all the other forecasts might be gone. Like if there's a Heavenly Kane board being played here, there's at least 2 being played. People might play Kaisa and Ash, so like sometimes you just have to make do with what you got. He had AP items, so he had to go for it. Morgana 3. Oh my god, this guy wins again. Wait, didn't he win with Morgana 3 just... Oh no, that was last game. That was last game. XDD equals fuck around. UnXDD equals find out. I don't think that's true at all, man. No, I was saying, did he hit Morgana 3 last game? Did he hit Morgana 3 last game? I think it was a different player. Man, the cash is getting so hyped, like Morg 3 is gonna lose. She's not gonna lose. Not the Kindred 3. It's kind of close, though. XCD is the red, UnXD is the cat. Is it, though? Let me see. Someone said it best. UnXDD is for when all you do in type is chat XCD, but the stream isn't worth an XCD, but you have to type in XCD. Stream isn't worth an XCD. So you guys are saying that I'm not worthy? You guys are flaming me? You know what? I think we all can agree. We need another university thesis on this. Where's Yennefer? Wait a second. Oh no. Oh man. Is the bug with Lissandra still a thing where like if Lissandra casts on the crab? Oh man. 2 people lost. Oh my god. He had Lissandra 2 and he lost.
新花池有减伤的呀。我这边击败
Wait, how?
滑满的，还多了个新龙刀没人给，应该是准备拉屎了。我说个
I swear the new generations are just making random shit up now. That's how it always works. If you don't believe me, go look at what YouTube videos were popular like 15 years ago. Just do it. You'll realize that the humor that you had growing up was also pretty dumb. It's funny, but like it's funny to only you. Like if you try like look at the memes we made when we were like in teenagers. He beat the ghost of Morg 3. But what about the real thing? What about the real thing? Showed you on a bench, he knew he didn't need it. He's a beast. Playing at fourth, another Lissandra, 2 Lissandras. Way 2. He's going for Lissandra 3. Lissandra 3 has to be the most rare legendary to hit right now. Like, no one's hitting Lissandra 3. How's that even possible? Shakespeare was ahead of his time. Are you comparing the works of Shakespeare, which has been preserved throughout human history, as not only like one of the the primary ways that we like engage with literature, but also like a triumph of his line of art? To XDD? Is that what literally what's going on here? Ah, chat. You guys are on it tonight. You guys are on it tonight. I mean, you're not wrong. Shakespeare actually was kind of troll. He was kind of troll. If you if you don't know what I mean, just try to go read. Hey, just go read a little bit about it. Shakespeare is actually a really interesting guy. Sandra 2. Morgana 3. Wait a second. Oh, how is this Morg so smart? She shot onto the Ash. Wait, are we live? 9 damage. Oh, it's the other way around. Okay, I think this fight's winnable. I think this fight's winnable. Morg 3, straight trash. We can definitely win. That's another Lissandra. That's a 5th Lissandra. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I want to see it. He did it. Another Lissandra 2. We are so back. We are so back. He's spreading out his entire backline because he wants to like not be closer to the Morg ult. But I'm pretty sure the way he should do that, he should move Kog'Maw here 1 because then she's likelier to cast into these 2 units. Also, don't you kind of want this? Yeah, I was gonna say, don't you want the Udyr to dash to the back and grab the Morgana? No, he played right into his hands. Okay, we're working onto the back line. Dragon Lord stun. Wow, this Morg is so smart. He just keeps aiming bottom right. Wait, Lissandra potted. Lissandra potted. Morg 3 just lost by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. Oh man, that is. Oh man. Okay, so Zhuangzi gets a second. Oh god, more. I mean, there's a reason why they're buffing her. How much are they buffing her by? By the way, if we have time, we're gonna play some PBE afterwards. Actually, I don't know. Depends on how long the tournament goes. They buffed her targeting. That's true. That's true. Okay. Go ahead and fast forward. 22 people are at check. 20 points. 2 people are at 20 points. 60-second and Zhuangzi. Coral's at 18. 2 people are at 20 points. So we're officially at check.
20分
We're officially at check. Let's rewind.
对，只能独
Rewind.
家玩，你不能允许说2、3家一块玩。那
What up, Ramblin'? How you doing, buddy?
是灵魂炼化中间也是有过一把3星辛德拉的登顶，但是这个毕竟是一个冷门阵容嘛，就他唯一比较对，只能独家玩，你不能允许说2、3家一块玩。那就像第一把那样，2家灵魂炼化可能就一起走。啊，
是的。
来吧，进入今天第4局。
好，光明武器，这个也是造成计划的。
Is this
初音这边
Radiant? I think it's like Radiant
看看能不能够
something.
运，因为前面3把加
Either Radiant Blessing or Radiant Item or like something. It's like something to do with like bright light. Like Radiant.
他可能距离初音现在的战绩来讲的话
She's now targeting between 2 clusters, but on update she will target the best one on board for sure. Yeah, and they buffed her her 3-star version, so 3-star Morgana,
1把1分嘛。
she might be really good now.
堆局数，堆局数给他堆上去。
是的，他可惜比赛好像是第7把就是强行终止了，应该就是根据那个分来算。
最多只有7局。
是的。那么本局游戏的重点的话，应该是大家会凝聚在60跟卷子身上的，得防守的。
他们俩毕竟是有。
She's update for aiming for 2 units to 4. Oh wait, what? She's aiming for 4 units.
保送咱们的 TOC 小组。
That's crazy.
前3是打我们的 TOC 突围赛。
Okay, we got Bow, Belt,
所以说
Faded Opener, Darius.
突围赛的人也
I wonder if the Darius 2 nerf is gonna
OK 了
make him less egregious.
可能就大家想拿个积分。
Because Darius 2
对，他只要分
has been a big time terror for so long.
8个人都要去拿那个冠军嘛。也是，就可能会把他自己的突围赛名额分没了。
但后4名来说的话，应该是肯定会要去做下防守。
Make 10,
是的
nice.
因为你把他防了，你自己还有机会再前进，再去打。
Raining Gold, Slamming, Healing Orbs. Ooh, Midnight Siphon. Top right.
天降星命
Wait.
跟物尽
Do these people have the exact same augments?
启用啊，同样1或者2呢
What are the odds of that?
他们做老一点2的话，其实要
Oh no, it's the same POV. It's the same POV. They accidentally had the same POV twice. Oh, never mind, never mind.
草豆林这边是漫游，漫游
漫游
已经定了。
训练师。
No, it's just the same POV. It's the same POV.
这边迅哥一个经济的强化。
Those are production errors. A production error. Imagine you get offered the exact same augments as somebody else. Yeah, that'd be one of the craziest coincidences ever, for sure, if you got offered.
还有个什么是忘了？
好像是末世影吧。
Exclamation point points. Kadoki has 0 points and rank 1 out of 0. Damn, you broke the system, man.
玩斗色，玩斗色他就可以不8级可以要那个文章了。
Edge of Night. Not today. New patch this Wednesday? Yeah. I just joined. How is Xunge doing? He isn't in check yet. He isn't in check yet.
对，基本上。
But he's cute as hell. Got the cat ears.
玩天降的人也会挺多的。
装备还可以，正义跟鬼术都有的。
因为卷子那边那个理想主义。
For all we know, we would have happened to us, but we wouldn't know. Yeah, that's true. You never would know. There's no way you could tell.
确定的。不过他们在阵容上面可以选择。
There's no way you could tell.
一个是凯隐，一个是加子，还有甚至是塞拉斯都可以的。
Kha'Zix 2.
这边牌很多。
Heavenly Shop.
启用肯定是要奔着艾希去了这边。他的全套已经合了一个坚定的，他也不可能去合正义。
Open Rod, Steadfast Heart. I don't really slam Steadfast Heart very often. I think I'd rather. That's actually really interesting. I think a lot of people would actually slam Crown Guard here. They're not. These guys are not open to the Sabio flex. They're not open to the Sabio flex. They don't like sages, huh? Crown Guard, Open Glove sounds. Well, Open Glove is a little bit awkward, so maybe Steadfast instead. Wandering Trainer, Ink Shadow, and Behemoth. Okay. Shadow Behemoth. I mean, Ink Shadow +1 could be really good. 7 Ink Shadow. Idealism. You have my bow. Just a lot of generic stuff. Raining Gold. What were the stats for Sabio Flex on day 3? One of the analysts tagged me in a tweet about it. Let me go ahead and look. The final stats for Sabio Flex 5.0. That's actually better. It was a 5.2 before that. But Sabio Flex and it ended at a 5.0. Pretty terrible though. Kane Lee Divinos. Sabio Flex. Is Asa gonna post Sox tech? Apparently, I found out what it was. Apparently it's Scoreboard Scrapper. But maybe that's not the maybe that's not maybe it wasn't. What is Sabio? It means sage in Portuguese, I think. Scoreboard Scrapper lose on 1-3. Yeah, exactly. He didn't even go 8th that game. Isn't that the crazy part? This dude actually didn't even go 8th. Oh wait, what? Got muted. He did? Oh, I thought he went 7. Oh, never mind. Then that's not the tech. Oh, you're right. That was the. I must have it confused with the other game. He cashed out the fortune and then died. Yeah. You're right. Oh man. I have I'm working. I'm having my editors work on a compilation of the highlights from the co-stream. It'll be like a 15-minute recap of like the best moments. Hopefully they get that in there. Miss Sox losing to 1-4 and then picking Scoreboard Scrapper. Truly 5-head. That was amazing. It would be on my highlights channel because my main channel, people get mad if I don't post guides on it. Not mad. They're just like people just like expect guides. Mad is the wrong word.
他前面的连败也还挺舒服啊。
第一波不论输赢，所以先把这压锁上的，而且他应该看了外面整体质量不算很高，哦，不算很低，就没有那种能摆得过他的。
Man, we're on a lose streak with Ink Shadow. I feel like with Ink Shadow, you just need upgrades. The problem with Ink Shadow is really hard to compete on 1-stars. Son of 1, Ink Shadow, like Jax 1, Aatrox 1. High potential though. I'm an Ink Shadow believer, as in like I think if you hit 7 Ink Shadow fast enough, it can actually do reasonably well. Mainly just because Kaisa and Zaya are still really good, and you have Udyr. It's just fun to play with the items. Can you explain the difference on blue buff versus adaptive on Kindred? The difference of blue buff and adaptive is that blue buff makes it to auto cast, and adaptive on Kindred sometimes makes it that way, but like the adaptive on Kindred is usually because you end up having item economy issues. It's hard to get 2 tiers, but you often get mixed components, and a lot of times for Kindred you have to slam whatever makes sense because you're just trying to make sure that you're strong, because Dryads are not necessarily like a lose streak into a win out. You can play it that way, but a lot of times you want to maintain high tempo because you're killing stuff and getting like Dryad stacks and things like that. And Kindred ends up taking like whatever's left over. Usually you play like Morello on her, utility, and then like give her blue buff. If you can't get blue buff, you just put adaptive. It's like, it's fine. It's not as good, but it's a mana generation item, and it gives her AP, so it kind of gives you a little bit of like what you want. What do you mean this combo? Ink Shadow Behemoth? I mean, it's pretty good for like a top 3, top 4. And also, if you high roll hard enough, you can get to 7 Ink Shadow, play 7 Ink Shadow on really powerful units like Irelia. I actually think really, really highly of Irelia with tattoos. Like, if you get like Vitality, like with 7 Ink Shadow, you kind of want things like Ink Shadow, like the Tattoo of Vitality. That's perceived to be a really bad tattoo, but if you put it on Irelia, it's really good on 7 Ink Shadow. She deals bonus damage, and she gets the Tattoo of Vitality procs. And you just put like Vitality, Toxin, like Fury or something like that on Irelia, and just watch her go freaking crazy. You can actually just win the game. Or you can do the Dark Forbidden tech. Warmog's Irelia with Tattoo of Vitality. That's the Forbidden tech. At Frodan, I think you have great website. Could you make bug tab on your website? What does not work in current patch is bug? Thanks. I mean, we want the website to not get blocked out by walls of text. And I think if we add the list of bugs, I think you would just have non-stop walls of text. I do think that it'd be helpful to have a source for that, though. The problem is we don't know all the bugs in the game, and yeah, I don't know. It's just hard. Not our job. Not our job. TFT Hub, though, kind of has a little bit of that. If you want a website that can help you find bugs, that's sort of one of the reasons why we wanted TFT Hub to be made, because if you look at game info, look, first thing, bugs. If you encounter a bug, please try to get a video of it. Please post any bugs here. Known bug interactions. So yeah, there's like a list of bugs that we have. TFT Hub. Does Sterix Warmog's Vitality front row really work? You can just back row really. You don't need to do that. But I mean, does it work? I imagine it does. Sterix should work on her. Oh yeah, our website actually is bugged. So for our TFT Academy website, we launched a new front page, and this is for SEO and stuff like that. But some things are a little bit bugged. Podcast coming soon. Oh, look out for that. Look out for that. We're also working on another tier list for you guys. That is the next phase. Phase 2 of TFT Academy. Now that we're fully funded, POG. Working on a second tier list for you guys. Oh, Soraka wins. Soraka is a beast. She just wins this. Nice job. Oh my god, what is this? Whoa. Look at this homemade chili, you guys. Dude, how cracked is my mother-in-law? Thank you. Smells great. Oh, it's got sour cream and cheese and everything. What do you mean by a second tier list? So we're creating another tier list for items. And that's going to be really important because we want to create a tier list of items for things like the upcoming artifacts and stuff. Kind of help you guys understand how to play it. Also, some other stuff too. Multiple tier lists. And then finally, we can make a tier list of our own tier list. Which tier list is the best of all the tier lists? Favorite trait this set? Probably Fortune. I don't know. I'm kind of a degenerate too. I like the Gamba. Who doesn't like a good Gamba? Fortune's super fun to play. It's not very fun for my opponents, but it's fun for me. Except when I'm going against the Fortune Mirror. The Fortune Mirror. Exalted. Oh, Exalted's really good too. Exalted's really good. Exalted is like you have to work so hard for it. You know, and sometimes it's easy. But to build an Exalted board, sometimes you have to work so hard, and other people are just like playing the same build. You know, oh, I'm just heavenly game. If you land a good Exalted board, wow, chef's kiss.
勇敢去飞这个点靠着那个剪纸轮子嘛，恨的打连胜了，认的。就剪纸是最不需要太高质量就能连胜的东西，这小牌1、2星都可以的。
Item tier list sounds super situational. No? Okay, well then don't read it then. I only told you half of it. You know what? We're gonna release it to everyone except for you. Here's the other half. It's supposed to be a stage 2 tier list so that you understand how we're approaching slamming in your openers, like how to play around your items correctly. Help people understand what items are good and when. Oh, Tattoo of Force. Aatrox 2, dash into the back line. He knew this Wiz Hex for Lilia. Oh, yeah, he swapped sides. He knew. Frodan reversed one guy. Oh, yeah. No. I'm just messing around. I'm not messing around. I mean, I hope you guys knew I was joking. Obviously, I can't. What am I? I'm gonna IP ban one axis from the website. How does that even work? Aren't comp and champion tier list super situational? The more situational it is, the lower it should be on the tier list. In fact, a lot of times in these kinds of games, the reason why certain things are lower tier is because they are situational. The more generically powerful it is, because you can play it in any game, take it augment in any scenario, like the higher tier it is. So by definition, tier list is sorting how situational it is. So you are correct. Isn't it situational? It is. But the tier list is sorting for how situational everything is. Some things are not situational, some things are very. Would there be a tier list for TFT slang? I'll let Soju handle that one. Okay, he took Radiant Fist of Fairness, or sorry, Radiant Hodge. Did anybody here think that? He has Idealism. I see. Never mind. That changes the calculus. Isn't this item actually kind of like terrible in the stats? But how good is it on Silas? I don't know. I think this is actually one of the worst rating items. Let me look it up. Rating items. It is the worst rating item. Well, that's GM plus. Okay, it's like one of the worst rating items. But is it bad on Silas? Oh, it is bad. It's very bad on Silas. Okay, never mind. Or rather, it's not good enough to justify putting on Silas. It's probably a good item to put if you get it, you put it on Silas, but it's not a good item in general. I was gonna say it should just take Radiant Red buff. But if he's playing Idealism, he gets bonus damage on it. It's already really good. Radiant Spark is the best. Radiant Morello, I think, is the highest. It's actually like above a 4.0 if I remember correctly. Radiant Shojin, Rageblade, Guardbreaker, Azir. Dude's got the set 9 build. Sharima Azir. He also played him in the corner. Don't put Azir in the corner, you guys.
还是玩斗射，
还是斗射，他这个板甲加
His worst hex.
应该就是斗射了。
因为他这把，因为正常来讲，你极星寿命就应该是斗射的，但是他绝对正义之拳的斗射。
Why? Is because he shoots like a beam that sweeps across,
这种我不好评价的。
and so you're like minimizing his his damage of his AOE,
来了，
and also
就是金色回来，
his soldier is best placed in the front center anyways because of like targeting.
60激昂可能会选择打底的，他和激昂怎么样？
I'm playing Azir right now. What's his biz hex? D5 or D4 bottom center D4.
有一个漫游，
其实这版本假人还挺鸡肋的，因为感觉
The reason why I know this is because this is stuff that I was quizzing Dishsoap about, and he got it right every time. God damn it.
哦没有爱惜，又转回灵魂灵华了嘛？
On the podcast, I was quizzing Dishsoap on these hexes, and he just knew.
灵魂莲华，有点一般，
Wow.
有点一般。
Pairing Thresh and Syndra.
给刘诗这个剑阳刀
Okay.
有点说白了就浪费了，这没办法了，又没爱惜。
Where can you find the podcast? We just recorded it like a couple hours ago before I streamed.
形容拉玛加无尽的
So it'll come out probably in a day or two.
有两星开赢了，
I've been playing a lot of Kaisa, Bruiser. Is it better if I have Irelia 1 or even 2?
经验刃，
Replace Sever and lose 1 trick shot? No, keep 4 trick shot.
到底是
Unless it's like,
对，
oh, you're saying Irelia 2 over Sivir 1? I mean, probably.
跟那个
Surely you can find a better a unit besides
看一下卷子
Sever and Teemo if you hit Irelia 2.
应该是急行准备要收了，启动
卷子
51层，
一层还可以，
Even then, maybe not, depending on your setup.
神器跟辅助装，加很多
If you
血
cashed out, you got 2 item anvils.
以前就得抽牌了，卡莎，
要不要先开个狙手呢？
哎呦，卡莎跟加里奥，
他装备不开有点卡。
If Zhuangzi wins this game, he's playing Fortune Cash Out. If he wins the tournament.
要对不懂错了。
If 60-second wins, okay, 60-second and Zhuangzi are both at 20 points trying to win the game. They're playing checkmate. They're both at 20 points.
还好没有跳
CM 20 means checkmate 20 points.
拿了魔运。
Ooh, Manazine's really good.
到了
OK，提莫直接带一个青羽，
水银或者旗
Deeks?
子，
Oh,
水银可能是比较好的，防泰坦很舒服。
wait.
选个
拿
旗子。
旗子好站位。
Yeah, he took Zeke's, but I was wondering if it was better to take Martyr instead for our front line. 'Cause our front line is like 1-star units.
那这版本的环境可能水银可能会好一点，太多控制了。蒙拉也会冰你。
赢了，
You prefer checkmate format? What up, OJ Milks? Yeah. For finale of a tournament, I think it's fun. I know people say it's not that competitive, and yeah, but like I like it. I think it's exciting.
加暴击的。哦，还有城
Balloon adds a complete item.
之前还有一个闪的。他拿无尽城泰坦。
Yeah, Manazane is better at the Cypress Focus, yes. On
但这里这个无尽
on Kai'Sa, I
现
think.
在卡莎就最需要这一把无尽。
是的。
I think Manazane's her best item. Let me check to see if that's still true. That was true earlier, but I haven't checked since like the B patch started.
对，
Back when Kai'Sa was going crazy.
连板命的资格都没有，别人会很爆。
得看60那边情况了。60
Oh,
那边
Gold Collector is technically a little bit better. Oh, interesting.
还是要接着递两星塞拉斯，他觉得卡莎听牌可以递出来。
It's
甘尼奥也要听出来的。
it's point
给他把卡莎，
01. It's 100th better.
可以暂时停下了。
So yeah, but Manazane is generally considered the best. Manazane generally considered the best, and then Cypress Focus is also good, but not nearly as good.
因为塞拉斯
Gold Collector is considered just ever so tiny, a little bit better.
不过也无所谓了，提莫也吃得起。
Sick cut. Thank you. I got a haircut because I'm about to not go anywhere for a long time.
这几个射手只要有四射这个羁绊在后排，都是尺。
Radiant IE.
是的，提莫是一定要拿。
Not bad on Ash because it gives a lot of AD. Radiant IE can do work on Ash.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
他这个点
What, sir?
那得红 buff 了，还没有。
Yeah, I would. Thank you for the 8 months.
红 buff 也可以的，红 buff 正义加那个破甲给侠就行了。
Did we ever get the sock secret tech that Asa alluded to? I don't know actually. I should message him.
那60感觉从第1到第8。
Did Asa release
哦，
the secret tech?
奇遇里面还有装备，
哇
I mess his socks.
爆了这你得选的。
两星卡
Component anvils for a shop slot. This late into the game, I think you can do it.
感觉这个
Oh man, so you think it's gonna go 8th?
不是那个塞纳，凭什么呀？塞纳一星特是这么好装的？我终于换
6
了
ink shot, dude.
但卡莎没有射手羁绊，其实
Just stuck in Udyr jail. So the biggest problem with 7 ink shadow is this: you're just stuck in Udyr jail.
不靠一起打的。
That's what makes this comp inconsistent. Why some people don't like it. Some people are actually just like, I hate ink shadow because I just never hit it.
薄幕分裂的。
Hitting Udyr is really hard. Ramplin was one of the people talking about he wasn't that big a fan of it because he doesn't hit Udyr.
行，那薄幕得给的呀，给的武器啊，武器也顶不住啊。这边初音玩的是天价。
Only low rollers hate 7 ink shadow.
开局就被秒了。
还影装备也还可以哦，有2个正义。
单点伤害很痛。
I love checkmate format. Dude, checkmate format is great.
那还行。
这还是没开射手的卡莎。
If you don't care about like the second place player has more points than the first place player, this is a sham. If you do think that, that's fine, because that just means the format isn't trying to cater to you. But I think it's really
要
exciting.
怎么样抽一张乌迪尔出来呢？
确实，这个是开期末的一个尴尬的地方啊。
Are they able to play 7 ink shadow or 8 ghostly? Is ink shadow spike that high? It can be.
他还卷不过，说白了。
对，
8 ghostly is like situationally kind of amazing. If the fights last long enough, basically your ghost units just one tap everything. I played a game where I played 8 ghostly and my board was giga capped. I was level 10 and they were like level 9 with just 2-star ghostly, and that was it. I was like, okay, surely I should be favored. And then they just like eventually stalled long enough to one tap everything.
看一下装备，打爆 ，OK。
It was crazy. Couldn't beat it.
这边70魂莲花上不去，因为现在如果要上
Faded Aphelios with Galio. 5 faded Galio. Ugh.
加里奥，但现在这2张卡
Morello on Aphelios.
不太好下。对波大卷子，
That doesn't feel good.
卷子那边准备要上9了，已经在攒钱了。这种局就是得
His rating item is on an Aphelios too with no sniper.
而且场面战力确实够的。
Could not be surprised if Xunge is gonna die here soon. He's going against the Fortune Cow Shop player.
反打，有吸血。
Oh! Oh!
镰刀
Oh,
哇
close.
这就是正义。
哎呀，迅哥擦汗了，满头大汗的这一波打下来。
Brandon, you, Ramblin, and Saint did a phenomenal job this week in casting, bro. Thank you.
直播被终止了。
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm trying to get my editing team to create a highlights package of some of the best moments in case you missed any part of it.
最舒服的。
9级的仙将，
哎，
仙将
但
拼多多，
Hopefully it gets done quickly.
天降智能怎么这么抽象啊？
But I think the inter-regional competition is really fun. I want to be able to make it in time back for the tactician, the next
他
cup.
这里
Hopefully everything goes well at the hospital. Cross our fingers.
猴子也没来。
So I can be back. If there's complications, I might have to miss the next cup, which would suck.
代表家的场面质量，除了2个大河以外，好像别的都一般的。
他甚至给莫克纳也做了个夜刃。
但这波被阿兹尔滋烂了。
Oh, wow.
吃神论史站得太集中了。
是的。这波要
This board is dealing with the Kane pretty well. It's only like 1-star Azir and stuff like that. I kind of thought the Kane was gonna run it over.
哇，他这个金羊刀阿兹尔太爆了，直接把这个刀塞。
What's the best comp to play right now
六零已经走了，
to help with climbing the rank ladder?
没有能够找到自己的乌迪尔。
If you're a high roller, you should play Ash.
一般是狗都不玩的，他这个装置就没法好，这也怪不了他。
I'm pretty sure Ash caps really, really high, and you just need to hit a bunch of that stuff. But also, Ash is pretty flexible. I think what people don't do enough is that they play this variation of Ash, the Invoker Ash. But there's actually a couple ways you can play Ash,
他很喜欢艾希这个人。
and it's really it's more flexible than people are playing it.
这把
You don't have to always play like the Annie frontline variation. It's just one of the easier ones to play.
以一个不错的血量扛到9的。
And Ash has a really high payoff, can win a lot of lobbies. Farms a lot of seconds against some of the big cap boards as well. But like, 'cause you beat a lot of the You beat a lot of boards with 1-star units with this comp. But you can carry 1-star Ash, but you have like 2-star Annie.
不过他这一把主要是
That's one comp I would suggest. I think Kaisa is hard to play without specific conditions like specific items or
这个同样如果能拿
like augments or fortune cash out.
在起点上线
Hard to play Kaisa standard.
遏制了吗？迅哥来了，迅哥是
She kind of needs a little bit extra oomph.
拼那个兵女还可以。
And then Heavenly Melee, I'm pretty sure that comp is
而且卷子拿到重伤了，
impossible to force like one trick.
就全对了。他目前他想要能
Because it's like
开装加重伤。
oh man, that comp feels so bad to be contested on.
是的，就全对了。给他想要我不敢想了。
Sabio flex, dude. The thing about Sage flex is that you are so contested by everybody.
是不会杀死比
I can't, in good faith, recommend Sage flex these days because everyone holds Silas now.
前排还是个守护的墨镜，就前排是也很硬，后排也满足了一个爆杀条件。
现在就需要2星侠2星乌迪尔，而且他这把吃过吉星，所以说
就理论上
上限
他比
很高
别人多很多资源的。
对他领先一个50层的吉星。
How much does a hospital cost?
在有了重伤以后来打这家天将。
Well, we have health insurance. I guess I'll find out soon. I'll let you guys know, I guess.
他还没有完全大成。
How much the hospital costs. Hopefully not too high. But this is America, so
完以后加疗再考
probably a lot.
开一
哇！
Oh my god, this Kaisa's going crazy.
哦，
哎，好消息，Flancy
Wait a second.
打了很多字。
对，
那这边的话，想2星侠有点难了。这就是不是钢天的金夜刃的一个
War win streak.
顶级神装。
顶级神装。
Can you tell us what they're saying? Yeah, sure. When they said "wah," it means wow.
因为侠是多段伤害，所以很容易被破。
是的。这边初音的话，场面质量也挺高的，打了个6连胜。他是8级2星的猴子，加金透透的李青。哇，8级。
It's only like 9K. Wait, you know exactly how much the hospital bills cost? I mean, I don't know. I'll just look at it after the baby's done.
这波来打卷子了。
Wow, these Radiant TG items are really good.
看这边有没有
Radiant Equinox or Radiant Even Shroud.
其实如果莫甘娜装备好一点，我感觉
Equinox and Luminous Deathblade.
而且他的对位其实这一波在一个圆角是吃亏的，他贴脸的话，他就说
Dude, Zhuangzi is on a streak.
就凯因打构设，他是绝对不能圆角的，因为你不管怎么样都是要过他的嘎聊这个前排的，因为他要嘲讽。所以说你打
You pay like $20 where I live. Wait, where do you live?
先激活打死
Maybe there's time for my wife to fly there.
打斗射圆角很吃亏。
勇敢去飞，捏2星沙皇，
哦，他是
Japan?
画了2星沙皇，对。
是的。
The Japanese yen, pretty weak right now. The Japanese yen looking kind of like reroll comps at the moment.
他可能在看啊，莉莉娅或者奥文还在等。同样在拿牌。
In Canada, we get free healthcare. Only issues are doctors suck and wait times are so bad.
转不敲吗？
Don't say that, man. Some politician's gonna use that and be like, see, that's why we don't need that.
冰雨的蓝
In Brazil, it's free. It's free to have babies?
都行，其实。
Man, being American sometimes kind of sucks.
哦，2星侠，
Zaya too, that's huge. Argentina is free too.
可以给萨拉斯的来。
That's crazy.
还是说给乌迪尔？乌迪尔主要是没。
I heard the Argentinian economy is not very good. As in, like, I heard that
比赛杀死在这一
the
局。
money situation in Argentina is no bueno.
侠，
The government is making it
那我感觉打艾希他是
very difficult.
是的呀。
哦，泰坦大的很不错，但是卡莎这边技能没停过呀，魔运卡莎的魅力。哇，直接把阿成要送走了。
Wow, dude. I think he hit Udyr 2 and he hit Zaya 2. He might actually win the lobby and cap
不
out.
然他要凑这个。
C second is dead. Johnson's the only person that can win this tournament. He's on check right now. He's on check. He might actually win.
外面兄弟们有没有？我现在觉得有最好的办法是偷个3星4费。
Did they touch Trash to Treasure? They're disabling it on live. That's partially why people are asking about the next patch for China, 14.9. But China's playing with Trash to Treasure enabled because they shipped before the final changes went in. Riot just said, "Hey, we're going on holiday.
对，
Let's just ship it live, you know, like whatever." And Mortdog was just like, "Wait, what? They shipped it?"
对，
弗兰西斯还在
In my sub chat this morning, Mortdog like found out that China got the patcher, and he's like, "What?"
弗兰西在考虑自己要上两星落的事情了。
是的，有点自变了，卷子有点。
哎呦，这波初音又没顶住，再少一波容错，现在没有什么钱去追三星莫格纳。
You're confused. He's not flaming it. He said he heard other people flame it. Wait, what are we talking
他
about?
也不理，
不一定能赢啊。
因为斗兽
Flaming the Argentina economy? Oh no, I'm just saying. Like, I have friends who live in Argentina, and they're saying that it's like kind of bad these days.
无比啊。
卷子还在赢，继续冒火。
That's what they told me.
看一下六杠
You know, Calypso?
帽子和
She's like a famous League of Legends host, does TFT. She was the one who was telling me about it. She's like, "Oh man, like, it's like right now, Argentina economy is big time struggling."
6个都卖了。
他现在要上10
Has anyone encountered a visual bug where after picking a rating item out of the 5 last 2 ratings stay there and you can't see your shop?
可以
No, that's
哇，那感觉
That sounds like a
如果有人
spectator
4
bug.
倍的话，卷子好像笑了呀。
Wait a second. This guy
打卷子，看看这个对位会怎么样。拉
as
克斯其实挺关键的，拉克斯看看
Oh, I thought this was Radiant Deathcap. Never mind. The border messed me up. I think he had Radiant. He got this from the encounter. He got the 1 Deathcap, 1 Death Blade.
关键控制，但是卷子这边前排扎扎实实
I thought he had 2 Radiant items in this Azir.
太硬了，而且对面
Okay, if he doesn't beat Dronza here, then Dronza wins the
对
game
的，他不是乱
and wins the
对
tournament.
离子已经先被过掉了，没有离子其实输出效率会低很多。
第二个大扫出来，
We are not killing frontline like at all.
而且还有技能
We lost. That's the only guy that can beat him.
被10级输掉这一波，而另外一个
From what I've
初音也
seen.
倒下了，没有追三星莫甘娜的机会。
I think this guy wins the tournament.
弗兰西顶住了，靠你了，我们还想多唠一会儿。
还有一个天
The
降传
TBH, most countries have a rough economy, US included.
第一名现在。
You're not wrong. There's a lot of people that are struggling. Although the US has one really important thing going for
说
them.
实话，弗兰西这个
They control the dollar.
他可以扛住。
It's like saying like
还有卡萨的
like Riot's gonna run out of RP.
两星屋顶儿了，刚好选秀拿一张回来。
这边看一下
Riot better be careful, man. It's tough out there. Economy's tough.
看一下一星和一星落，他还在上10，他觉得一波死不掉，他下波
他
打
拿实在把那个 Nico 血天降上了。
If the US just run like oh we're in trouble, we don't have dollars, we're like what if we just printed more dollars?
打斗是最好的东西。
And that's literally what they've done over the past few years in particular.
这波不要被永远区别榜出打。
In fact, the majority of US dollars has been printed over the past few years that's currently in existence. That's how much money has been printed.
第一波先把叶刃都扫出来，而且后续泰坦大刀大的很不错，这一波容错会掉非常多。
哇。
Okay, so Azir wins this matchup. The Ghost beat Flancy. Okay, Flancy's dead. And that wait, Johnson lost. He lost. Who did he lose to? Who did he lose to? Wait a second. Why did you show the Ghost fight?
那这波弗兰西的话是能够拉。
Oh wait, no. Did this guy lose to him?
而且后续泰坦大刀大的很不错。
So we saw Flancy lose. Who did? So Dronza lost. Who did he lose to? He lost to this guy, second place player.
10级吗？好像差
I don't
点
recognize
钱
his name.
他没有区别吧？
这波对于 Flancy 跟犬子来说
我
，Flancy
拉了。
干拉上。
How long does the U.S. has to default on their national debt? But like, who's gonna collect it?
不是有看区别怎么赢的呀？
They default on their own debt
我没
that they owe to themselves.
相琢磨，我在
On the it's that's the hilarious part about those all. It's like
看看
who's gonna hold them accountable?
这波效率打永远之杯。
Will you remake Kaisa? I don't think so. I actually think this is really good at Kaisa items because he has idealism. He's really good at idealism.
沙皇伤害有点高，冰女还能再动一下。叶刃已经被触发过了，沙皇扫一下，两个人。
Flancy's dead. 1v1. This is for the tournament.
7杠1。
Third item for Azir.
说实话
Dude, the thing about it is when removing we removed items so that we could put 2 item on Ashe and Azir and then move the Deathcap and Deathblade. Now we don't have 3 carry items on either. So it's kind of awkward.
抽一个2星冰女是有机会的。
对，而且刚才那一波你知道吗 上一轮他是有一个奇遇发的装备
，leak early leak in Discord DM. Oh, I can early leak it to you. Oh, wow, this is actually a lot to read. I'll read it later. I'll read it later. Socks just gave me the tech, you guys. Socks just gave me the tech. I'm not gonna spoil it though because Asa, it's Asa's content. Probably remake Lysandra. Oh, we just made list 2. Okay, okay. What would you pick here? What would you pick here? For he picks adaptive, which I think he's gonna put for Azir because Azir is a radiant item. In this matchup, what's actually really important, because this Kai'Sa, you basically need to get to Kai'Sa and get past the front line as fast as you can. Okay, there's actually like pick. You could either make front line stronger, which I don't know if that's important. You can try to buff Ashe or Lysandra or Azir. Bramble is actually kind of interesting because of all the anti-AD. The early league is don't play Silas Keck W. I think I would go. We have Man I am here. I don't think Ashe is actually that good in this comp, like in this setup right now. I don't think it's that important. Because especially because like Xayah and Kai'Sa might burst it down. I might take an item for Lysandra here. I don't know. Like I might take adaptive or Nash or something like that. For her. I think he puts it on Azir though. This is a really interesting spot. I wonder if I polled a bunch of people what they would say. Oh, he adapted Lysandra. Oh, okay. Well, he agrees with me then. Because I feel like your win condition is using Lysandra to move the front line back and stall and space out for Azir and Ashe. Lysandra's still alive. Everything's so weak. Oh! Oh wow, that was actually really close. Was that a positioning diff of some kind? Watch that one more time. I don't know. Lysandra got onto the Udyr. Did you want? Maybe you're supposed to get her onto like the Silas or Galio instead. Maybe, but Galio goes immune to CC, right? So you can't. You move the items off of Silas as well, less threatening. But like, maybe you're on the wrong side. Like Lilia. Well, I don't know. It's actually so close. It's hard for me to tell. Dude, how troll is this? Look at where the Sand Soldier spawns for this Azir. The Sand Soldier spawns right next to Kai'Sa, and she just ignores it. Like this Sand Soldier stops right here, and then she's like ulting. Oh man, so close. He's not immune to CC unless he has 2 mana items. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Especially with the adaptive, the timing would have lined up better. Maybe it was maybe it was slightly like target the Galio instead. Those are such hard fights to analyze in general because there's so many different variables. Did Lilia fizzle? I don't think so. That felt winnable for sure. That winnable for sure. This guy won though. Xunge makes it to what's the reward again? He makes it. The winner gets to the semifinals of regionals, which is kind of like the equivalent of day 2 of regionals. Let me see. Let me mute that real quick. So, grand finals, checkmate 20 format. First player to hit 20 points and then secure first place when champion. Champion qualifies to the semifinals of the regional finals, which is their semifinals are like 6 days long. So this gets them to like day 3. There's 6 days of regionals. They have group stages, and then the group stages losers, and then semifinals, and then semifinals losers, and then grand finals. I kind of like the way they do regionals. I want to do one lobby at a time. It feels bad when you have so many players that you can't watch more than one game because we're just rotating. I kind of like the one lobby thing. All right. Congratulations to Zhuangzi. He makes it to the regional finals. That's huge. I mean, that's all well and good, but it's no Tacticians Cup #1, am I right? Guess what they win? They win a spot in Tacticians Cup #2. Woohoo! I don't know why this. I thought this. They should have this qualify for regionals. I'm actually surprised that Philip can win a cup and not qualify for regionals. I think basically winning the cup should give you enough points to do it, but why not just give it to the spot? Why not just give the winner of it a spot at least? Like, I understand you don't want to give all 4 of them, but at least the winner should get it. Did he also win money? I think he did. He won 10,000 Chinese yuan, which is $1,380.05, which is about 2.5 Lee Sin skins. 2.5. So this guy is swimming in it. All right, that was only 4 games. I kind of thought it was gonna be longer because the VOD was longer as well. I'll go ahead and post these screenshots in the Discord if you want to see what happens of how he won the games. But oh, actually, they made it to the end. Never mind. That was 3 hours. Okay. 28 points off the first. Coral got second or third. 62nd. Okay. That's a PC upgrade. Yeah. Okay, it's 8 p.m. I have to pack my hospital bag for tomorrow night. Tomorrow I'm gonna stream. Tomorrow's gonna be my last stream, and we're gonna play on the new patch.